Hello, everybody. It's been a very hot minute to say the least, but we are back because fucking Deadpool is back, and even more surprisingly, though not surprisingly, because it was announced over a year ago, fucking Wolverine is back for Deadpool and Wolverine, and we're here to bring you our thoughts because, again, it's been a while and we missed you. Hope you missed us too. And with me here today is Air. Air, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good, man. How are you?
Doing good. And of course, our OG Discord man, Spidey. Spidey?
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, we don't have the other two. They got lost in the void. They died.
We had other two?
Yeah.
And that's like an alternate universe right there. It's always
Yeah, I'm
been
pretty
us
sure they were
three.
variants.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they got lost in the void. They died by
We got the anchor beings at least.
I think they got pruned.
Yeah.
probably.
Anyways, yeah, like while we're throwing around all these terms, let's just get right into it. No holds barred. Deadpool and Wolverine, at the time of this recording, released last week, and now we've all had a chance to watch it by now. We've all had a chance to obsess and fanboy over it. So like really, like let's lay it out on the table. Spider-Man, give us a quick overview of your opinion.
So this movie, the for me, No Way Home post Endgame was a gold standard because of the movie going experience. This movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, almost reaches those levels. It obviously doesn't because my favorite character is obviously Spider-Man. But this movie was everything I wanted in a Deadpool and Wolverine movie while still keeping the Deadpoolisms, for lack of a better word, right? And sure, the story wasn't the most interesting because I didn't like that there was two villains and one of them kind of essentially got sidelined eventually, and then yeah, but overall it was like for me a fantastic movie and I definitely want to watch it again.
Awesome. And Air, how about you?
So I went into it a little bit hesitant. Well, not really, but like I was like thinking back, I was like, Deadpool 1 was awesome. Deadpool 2 was still solid, but it was definitely a step down. It just wasn't really as memorable to me as the first one. So I was like, is this gonna be just another step down in the franchise? And is it just gonna show why maybe movies don't need to be trilogies all the time? But or I mean, this even was a soft reboot anyways for the most part. But like, yeah, no, this movie definitely put all my doubts to rest because it had humor just as good as the franchise has ever been, and action probably the best in the trilogy so far, and it delivered on basically every front. I'd say the only people who are going to be disappointed in this movie are those who expected a coherent plot that made sense to begin with, and people who cared that much about the original characters from Deadpool 1 and 2, because obviously you don't really see much of them get screen time, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for Deadpool, Wolverine, MCU shenanigans, and all those cameos.
And don't forget, people who wanted it to connect directly to the MCU are also really upset.
Oh, it's so funny. No, see, that's the thing I like about this movie. It prioritized in like being like what it wanted to be rather than what it needed to do to fit into the universe. Because at the end of the day, yeah, nothing this movie did will really matter for the rest of the MCU saga. But I prefer that because at least it means it's trying to be a movie that's entertaining by itself more than anything.
I agree with Air. I think that most of us probably had this idea going into the movie going to be something about Deadpool kills the Fox universe, and at the end of the movie, he's part of the MCU. Probably has like a cameo with like Thor or some other Avenger. Now he lives here. Maybe his friends are here too. Maybe they're not. Who knows? But fundamentally, we thought that's what was going to happen. And if it isn't obvious, people, there are spoilers in this podcast. But yeah, that's actually like not what happened. In fact, it's quite the opposite of what happened. And I do like that, they subverted our expectations like that and gave us something probably just as good, if not better. Like the way I would describe it is that this movie is very akin to Spider-Man No Way Home over like Endgame, in that Endgame gave me what I wanted, but this movie gave me things I didn't even know I wanted. Not to the extent of Spider-Man No Way Home, so putting it out there, I do think that one is still the better movie for a variety of reasons that we will get to. But this is still a really good Marvel movie.
And man, I know we expected it. I know we knew that Disney was going to sanction like their first rated R movie and not hold anything back, but like it's still wild seeing Chris Evans drop F-bombs like that.
Apparently, this movie had like 371 F bombs.
I read that it was 118.
Yeah, I read the 118 number
Yes,
as well.
some excessive number. And then you remember last year we thought, oh my god, Disney's being all risky with one fuck for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But to be fair, like that's also just like different audience.
Mhm.
I'm not surprised that they only hit it once. And to be fair, they had pretty good usage of it in Guardians of the Galaxy. Whereas
Oh
this
no, they
movie just like
did.
has it all throughout, and it's actually pretty damn glorious.
Watching the movie, I
Yeah.
do appreciate that it's like not necessarily required viewing because, like, bro, if you're a kid and you want to watch the Marvel movies, it's like you can't watch this movie, dude. It's like there's so
I, I,
much in
I,
there.
I don't know about that, dude. The screening I went to, a lot of parents were bringing in their kids, and the kids were
Dude,
cheering and
those
laughing.
are
And
horrible parents, man. What the fuck?
dude, come on, we all know kids swear.
Let's be
So at
real,
least
kids are
they're
finding the swear words on their own these days.
Dude, that would have been way too much for me as a kid. That was almost like way too much for me as like a 16-year-old.
yeah, but again,
Yeah, but you're Indian.
Yeah.
that's too. See, like with me, it'd be intense. Like, oh, my parents would disown me if I did that or watch that. But then with my youngest brother, oh yeah, it's fine, don't worry.
But I think it's
It
interesting what you said about the MCU too, because I actually feel like this is a movie you really only need to watch the first two Deadpool movies to watch this movie, and just have
Yeah.
like a vague understanding of like some of the previous X-Men movies, and
Mhm.
only a cursory idea of the MCU. You really don't need that much to go into this movie.
Honestly, you could probably just skip both of them. It's like all the only thing that's really relevant is the fact that Deadpool had friends. Deadpool fucked up the past, and that's like the last scene of Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
well, you don't even need to know watch that. You're kind of
Yeah,
told that he fucked with the timeline.
actually, yeah,
Well,
this movie,
yeah, but like
like
just to understand the thing with him and Vanessa, obviously.
him and Vanessa have so many arbitrary melodramatic problems every movie. It's honestly just more like comedy at this point. It's nice that they make him like have a character, but the fact that it fucks up every movie just like the third time, now I'm like, all right, whatever, bro.
What? Nothing fucked up in the second movie. She just died.
Yeah, I know, but that's still like, I'm like, dude, can we just have one movie where they're just in a normal place and good, but like, nah.
I mean, that's really only the first half of the first movie.
That's literally what
Yeah.
happens to Spider-Man every fucking comic issue. You want him to have a normal life,
Fuck Paul, by the way.
get married to fucking Mary Jane, and the comic book writers are like, nah, fuck your shit. They're gonna break up for like 10 years and get the fuck over it.
Or
And then
Mephisto
Paul.
comes in.
Or Norman Osborn and has kids with her, and then it gets
No, that didn't happen. Don't worry.
no, bitch, it happened. I fucking read it.
No, but
It
it got
happened.
retconned. It's not actually that.
I don't give a goddamn what happened afterward. It happened. And then they realized they
Also, I'm
fucked
pretty
up
sure
so
that was
bad.
with Gwen, not the other one, right?
That's even worse. Gwen was his first love.
I mean, I don't know if it's worse, but it's still pretty fucking bad.
Stan Lee literally said that Gwen Stacy was the inspiration behind Gwen Stacy was his wife. So you're gonna have the inspiration behind his wife, Gwen, be with Norman. You don't even know if it was consensual or not, because it's like, if I remember correctly,
It
it's a
doesn't
little
sound
muddy.
consensual, though I haven't read this.
Yeah, it was a little muddy, so it's like,
I just read a lot of
yeah,
wiki pages, bro. Kindred is wild. I'm like, what happens to some of these comics?
some of these comic book writers need fucking therapy.
I agree. It seems like a
or
lot of
like, you
kind
know,
of
like
trauma
an
dump
intervention
into
if the amount
their
of drugs they're on.
Oh, that too.
probably. But
But
speaking
anyway,
of
back.
drugs, I think we should definitely talk about the first scene that got everybody all up on
Oh.
ecstasy. The fight
Oh
scene
my god.
in the forest. Fuck yeah.
You mean the dance sequence, my boy? It's not a fight scene. It's
It's both.
And then we got into the movie, and it already like starts the movie by addressing something that you're already going and wondering. I don't even care about Logan that much, but I was wondering what, like Logan the movie, but I was wondering how they were gonna dance around the problem of like bringing him back, and then Deadpool literally just addresses that in the movie and then beats the shit out of everyone with his literal corpse.
well, at first he was like, "Well, this guy's a fucking idiot because he regenerates, so he shouldn't be dead." And then he's like,
Yo,
"Oh, you son of a bitch, you're
I
dead."
thought that was the whole no, I thought that
Deadpool's-
was the whole point of Logan, that like his adamantium was killing his regeneration ability.
It was. I was just about to say that just shows that Deadpool didn't watch the movie.
No, yeah, no, I was just saying what Deadpool was saying. Deadpool didn't give a fuck. He's like, "You dumbass, you gotta regenerate it."
No. I don't think he has the regeneration ability because he had the adamantium. so he
Yeah,
couldn't.
he always had it.
No, he always had it. That's how he always recovered. He was getting his shot right every single
No.
X-Men movie. What you
He
on
always
about?
had the regeneration, then the adamantium was put in after. Yeah.
Yes, and this having the adamantium slowly depleted his regeneration ability, and that's why he was eventually able to die.
Mhm.
That was the whole thing in Logan. So like, it's
Yeah.
not surprising that he's actually dead, and there's no reason to believe he should have been alive.
Yeah, Deadpool just didn't watch the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all we're getting to is Deadpool didn't give a fuck and he just wanted to desecrate the
Okay,
children.
I thought you didn't understand for some reason. I'm like, no,
No,
dude.
no,
Okay,
I
but yeah,
understood. I kept saying Deadpool.
okay, yeah, fair enough.
This guy, fucking.
Also, the entire time, I always thought Wolverine's healing factor was supposed to be like less potent than Deadpool's, but they kind of seemed equal throughout.
I've generally been under the impression, comic book wise, that they are about equal. Logan's might actually be marginally better, but
Yeah, because like
like they,
I guess maybe
yeah,
the difference is Wolverine is just a good guy, and Deadpool just always fucks with things harder than he should.
that's probably also true. Yeah, like my general understanding is that both of them can come back from pretty much anything short of like getting their heads cut off.
Hmm. My understanding was that Deadpool can come back from being a single cell.
I don't think it's that powerful. Like Martian
In the
Manhunter, I know
comics, it
can.
definitely is.
I've
But I
never
don't think it
seen
is in
that
live
happen.
action.
I can look. We can look that up, but like, yeah, I don't think it's that.
Air read the wiki. Air read the wiki.
Exactly,
Resident.
exactly.
All right,
I'm
well,
just
we'll
I
saying.
look
watched
these.
the death battle.
I haven't seen
Just
that one,
saying.
but okay.
Air has read the wiki, so I'm gonna trust him.
Um,
But yeah, fucking NSYNC. Get those boys back.
I was so
Oh, yeah.
ready the moment I heard that come on. I was like, "Oh,
They
that's in for a
charted.
ride."
They charted
Fucking
because of
best,
it.
best opening in any Marvel movie ever. I'll just put that on the
Oh
table.
yeah,
Oh, the bar's not high, if we're being honest. But
I mean,
yeah.
there's been some good ones.
I name one.
yeah, there you go.
Endgame.
They won.
Endgame.
What was the fucking opening sequence for Endgame?
The opening sequence, like Captain Marvel rescues what's his face, Tony and Nebula, and then they find out where Thanos is. Like Captain America, let's go get this son of a bitch. I thought that was pretty badass.
That
Bro,
was
that was
like
a
a
slow as
whole
fuck
30.
start.
That was a fucking 30-minute sequence, dude.
It's
This is
not
a
30
5
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was like
disagree.
15.
I think the opening sequence is anything that happens before the title screen.
Yeah, that's fair, but like, I
I know
feel
it's
like that
longer,
scene was
but like,
meant to be underwhelming.
That whole scene,
I
I didn't
don't
even
agree with
remember
that.
it. There's a reason I asked what it was because I didn't remember what it was.
Well, that's your own fault. Get a better memory.
Or make a better opening sequence.
I mean, yes, let's make some better opening
All right.
sequences.
Alternatively, Infinity War's opening sequence.
Okay, I mean that one's pretty damn good too.
I think that one's better than the Endgame one.
That one is better. Yeah, I'll give you that there.
I can give you that one too. Yeah, it is different, but it is probably better with the whole thing with Hulk and Thor,
Yeah.
And Loki.
Thanos. Yeah,
See, that is memorable. That I remember. I don't remember
Mhm.
no fucking Endgame bullshit.
Nah, I remember
then
it, but like,
that's on
bro,
you,
seeing
bro.
Hulk get fucked up the first 5 minutes of the movie was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
It
all of
doesn't take
Asgard get
50
fucked a second time in a row.
Hey, bro. I was gonna get all political at World of NT, but I won't. What do you call
And
it?
Loki die for like the third time in a row, but for real this time until Loki the season.
Actually, no, because Loki the season is based on Avengers Loki, not Avengers
Yeah, but like
Infinity
that's
War
still
Loki.
our Loki now. Who cares about the old one?
No, that he's not even part of the universe no more. He's the one holding up the world tree, dude.
Exactly.
So he's dead.
Cool.
He's dead. But yeah, the opening sequence you said, okay, was trash. NSYNC and then
Which
Infinity
one was
War.
trash?
Endgame.
No, Endgames was
I
not
wouldn't.
trash.
I
Kiss my
wouldn't say it
ass.
was trash.
Here,
Look, I don't know. Maybe I just particularly like it, but it is really good in my opinion. It gets me hype.
All right. Alternatively, others to compare to: Guardians of the Galaxy opening sequence.
oh, that one was good. The first one,
Yeah,
where
I
he's
like that one.
where he's
Actually,
where
even the
they-
second one was kind of banger.
both of them, first and second one.
Yeah.
They walked so Deadpool and Wolverine could run. Just saying.
Yeah, I would agree with that. No, I don't have any issues with those openings, and also Thor Ragnarok's opening.
Thor Ragnarok was solid. I doesn't remember, but it's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one was solid too. Yeah.
And funny.
Yeah, when Marvel started being funny.
Yeah.
For like a cool minute, and then they like, no, we gotta go angsty and depressed and have everybody
Which
suffer.
movies were angsty and depressing?
I'm talking about the shows.
Oh, Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about the shows for a reason.
Listen, Hawkeye was great.
Hawkeye
I
was
haven't even
fucking
finished
tastic.
that one.
That's
Damn.
one of the best shows they have.
Yeah.
Hawkeye is a good show. What other? Oh, Loki's a somewhat good show, but you really, realistically, only need to watch the first and the last episode of every season, uh,
Yeah.
which is fucked up. But
Why
hey,
are they making an Agatha show?
because I'm guessing she's gonna replace Kang because his actor went full stupid.
Imagine.
Mm, yeah, we can talk about Jonathan Majors later because we definitely got news on that whole
Yeah,
scenario. But
anyways, back to Deadpool.
back to Deadpool. Great opening sequence, but doesn't actually entirely surprise me. Have you guys seen the music video for Ashes, the Celine Dion song that opened Deadpool 2?
No.
Yes.
Okay, well then in
Yes.
the ending, when it ends, Deadpool's like, "Ash, we should have gotten NSYNC," and hey, evidently he remembered his own
Oh
words.
Don't
shit. That's
forget
insane.
that in one of the original X-Men movies when Scott, aka Cyclops, is driving the car.
No, Wolverine's driving.
Well, yeah, somebody was driving and the song came up and Logan was pissed and he turned that shit off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny too. But yeah, no, great fucking opening fight sequence. We learned
Apparently,
the little topic of the Nexus being another new term.
yeah, there's a bunch of new terms that don't mean shit until they do something with it.
Yeah,
Don't forget the timeline and the other bullshit, the Nexus point, anchor being, whatever the
the
hell.
absolute point. Yeah.
Yeah, all that crazy shit. A canon event if we connect it to the Spider Verse.
Yep, or across the Spider Verse. Yeah.
But apparently the guy who did the dancing was in Deadpool, the Ryan Reynolds. It was some famous dancer.
Yeah, I saw a video on Twitter about that. He is very talented, though.
No, yeah, that fucking guy killed it.
Yeah, and he's got a very similar build, so it's easy enough to believe that it's Ryan. I kind of wish it was, but that's okay.
Ryan's like, yeah, no, fuck that. I'll let the professional do it.
Honestly, I feel like when the movie is on Blu-ray or whatever, and stuff gets uploaded to a YouTube channel for the official Marvel channel or whatever, that's gonna be the most replayed video on the for the movie certainly, but maybe even overall. I feel like it's gonna get up there.
Well, NSYNC, kind of connecting to this, NSYNC retitled their Bye Bye Bye
Yeah,
music video. So that shit was insane. I was like,
I
damn.
love that
And
too.
they charted after so many years. They're
Yeah,
22,
I think
top
I saw they
100.
got up to number 18 last I checked, but they could have even gotten higher in the days since. It's only been it's crazy they came out 10 days ago as the time of this recording.
And yeah, and it's already had $700 million.
The last number I saw was 820, but yes, it's getting high up there, and it just surpassed Passion of the Christ for the highest rated R-rated movie. And we will definitely talk about the whole Jesus thing later too.
Oh, he is Jesus. He's Marvel Jesus per Deadpool himself. All right, so obviously the dance sequence was top tier moment. Do we want to go scene by scene? Do we want to talk about?
Let's do major plot points. The first one probably being all of the Wolverine variants and cameos, especially the one that I think people were most wanting to see but didn't know if we would see it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get what you're thinking, but I think one of the major points was Mr. Paradox and the TVA and how we have a Black Op organization within the TVA trying to get rid of Anchor Being.
I don't think they're trying to get rid of anchor beings. They were just trying to prune Deadpool's particular timeline because they didn't do that in the TVA anymore, and this group just wanted to do it.
So one thing that didn't confuse me, but it kind of surprised me is the Deadpool movies were always very iffy if they were directly connected to the entire X-Men universe. And obviously Paradox basically confirms that yeah, they're connected because the anchor being was Logan and he died in Logan, and we know Logan was in the X-Men. He was the X-Man.
Mm-hmm.
No. So I don't know if it confused you guys a little bit, their timeline, or you guys just didn't care.
I definitely am with you in terms of that is confusing. Obviously they have the whole when in the first, I think it's the first movie where he says what's his face Colossus drags Deadpool away, and he's like, we're gonna see the professor, and he's like, oh, are we gonna see Stewart or McAvoy? All these timelines get so confused. And in the second movie, we actually see them like behind, like it's like a split screen effect or whatever, or green screen. You see the younger X-Men from like the days of not from like the First Class era.
First
It's
Mhm.
Class, yeah.
yeah. They're like, oh, like Logan was the anchor being his professor was Patrick Stewart. So there's definitely a little bit of like, and apparently Logan's supposed to take place in 2029, I think was the year, and we
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
what year this place takes place in. Obviously, it's 2024 real time, but there's a little bit of confusion there. So I'm inclined to say there's just like multiple X-Men timelines. Like, we don't even really know, is the Logan from Logan the same Logan as the one from like Days of Future Past? Like, there's definitely some shit in the air.
I thought Logan was supposed to be like an alternate timeline or something.
That was my understanding.
Yeah, but when we go and fucking Paradox is like, yeah, your anchor being died,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
when we get. Well, we gotta backtrack a little bit because we didn't talk about Happy Hogan's cameo.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we could. I didn't think it was like that
How dare you? Just because he's a chauffeur.
The GOAT.
because he's the security guy. He's not a chauffeur anymore. But
Well, you
maybe this is just me. I just don't find him like that entertaining anymore, or at least
wow.
not when to me, he has to be like bounced off somebody he has a relationship with, and he doesn't have a relationship with Deadpool. Like, he was cool in like the Spider-Man movies with the whole like Aunt May thing, and certainly the old Iron Man movies with like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. But on his own, I just didn't really feel much
Deadpool
for
wanted to
him.
have a relationship with him, but he just wasn't having it.
I
Yeah.
could tell.
What did he call the fucking masturbating?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what he called it.
dude,
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I was dying. I was
That
like,
that was a good
what the
line.
fuck?
Dude, I can't believe dude, so he says the fucking line and then we have there's kids to the left of me because we always try to get like corner seats just so we could leave right away. Obviously it's a Marvel movie, so we don't use the for the post credits, but like, so we have an easier time. And to the left was kids and they were just laughing at all these jokes and I was like, in my head I was
Bro.
like, I'm proud of you. You understand the joke. But at the same time I was like, dude, this is wild. I was like, back in my day, my parents would have beat my ass if I wanted to see something like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was a bunch of Easter eggs within Happy Hogan's little office, even though
Mm-hmm.
based on everything that was there, we could see that it was Stark's. There is a reference to Spider-Man because we have the Iron Man picture with Peter, and we have
Mm-hmm.
that helmet that Kevin Feige confirmed that little kid that Iron Man saved, I think in Iron Man 3 or something,
Two.
was Peter. The
Yep.
Iron Man 2, sure.
Yep.
Was Peter, and the helmet was there. So I was reading that the reason that they couldn't show that it was that the pictures of Spider-Man was because then Deadpool and Wolverine would have had to they would have to
Sony.
license or ask Sony for permission. And I was like, who fucking cares, man? Fucking do it. Just
Bro,
do
that's a
it.
lot of money to give up. It's making like $1 billion at this point. It's at 800
Yeah.
million as of today.
Jesus. But no, yeah, that was interesting. I like the little references. We have the half shield. We have the Iron Man suitcase. We have his helmet. Not because he's special, but his helmet.
I'm still wondering who the fuck bought Stark Tower.
Apparently they've like revealed this in like I don't know if it was like a TV show or something, but I heard that it's more or less confirmed that the US government bought it, specifically the organization that Valentina
Thunderbolts?
works for. Yeah.
Hmm.
All that hype
Okay.
for that. All
Yeah.
that
Well,
fucking
hopefully
build up.
Thunderbolts is actually good.
I'm sure it will. I like the actors in it.
But
But
I get where Spidey's going, because like back when that actually happened, people had like a lot of like theories about it. Like, oh, was it Norman Osborn? Is this going to be like Oscorp Tower? Is this
Or Fantastic
was
Four.
it? Yeah, Reed Richards is going to be the Baxter Building. I don't know what other famous buildings there are in
That's it.
comics, but like, yeah, I think there was definitely more hype for it.
yeah, then it's just the fucking government bought it from his bitch ass. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Apparently this supposedly makes it like the Dark Avengers Tower or something, which maybe is a thing in the comics, but I actually don't know that.
Probably. Speaking
It's
of that
just-
Thunderbolts movie, it got changed to Thunderbolts with an asterisk, so I guess some people are
No, the
theorizing that
asterisk is 6 bullets or whatever,
Yeah.
however members it has.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Either
Yes.
way, but yeah, next scene in Deadpool. Like, I guess can we talk about the Wolverine cameos now?
Fine. We'll talk about your fucking cameos. No, I'm just kidding. I like them.
Yeah, dude, those were hype. Like,
They were hype.
and they start off on a good note with the comic accurate short man Wolverine, short king or whatever.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
insane. I knew Spider-Man started screaming the moment he saw Henry Cavill on screen.
Oh, dude, I was like, Daddy's
Yeah,
home.
that too.
Daddy's fucking home. And I like the fucking line. We'll treat you better than those dickwads across the street.
Yeah,
I was like, Deadpool, you my king right now. You channeling the energy I
100%.
had. He looked good. He looked good as Wolverine. Oh, and he did the whole his signature arm pump
Arm
thing
reload.
that he.
I love that.
Yeah, his arm reload. Yep. Yeah, that was fucking fantastic. We had him fighting. We had Wolverine fighting the Hulk in one of them.
We have the patch Wolverine.
True, and
Yep.
he's like with the Green Hulk, the Gray Hulk, I think, in one of the comics with that. I don't know if it's Gray or it's one of the Hulks.
Yeah, Joe Fixer.
Yeah.
And then we have the one in the cross, which is also a Wolverine in comics.
Yep.
There was
Old
a
Man
bunch
Logan.
of shit. Old Man Logan. Yeah, I thought that was Old Man Logan. It did look like. I like how all the variants were Henry Cavill. No, I'm sorry. All the variants were Hugh Jackman, except for one of them, which was Henry Cavill, which is fucking hilarious.
Mhm.
It was like they could have one of the people that they were speculating could be the new Wolverine was Daniel Radcliffe, right? Because of the beard and
That's
he's got
wild.
kind of.
Oh, and he's kind of short. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I think everybody saw Henry Cavill and they're like, "Yep, no, that's Wolverine right there."
Mm-hmm.
Feige, you make that shit fucking happen.
Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I wouldn't. I'd be so down, but like, it's not gonna happen.
Realistically,
You never
I think
know.
you're right.
Oh yeah, no, bro, give me hope. Give me hope. Fuck off.
I hope it happens.
It'd be great. I don't care if Krasinski comes back as Mr. Oh, he's not coming back as Mr. Fantastic.
He's not. We've got Pedro Pascal now, who I also like.
wish he was.
I do wish it was John Krasinski, but nothing we can do about it.
But if we can't get Krasinski, if we could get a Cavill as motherfucking Logan, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
Actually, like, speaking of, you go first, Dare.
I was like, speaking of that Multiverse of Madness, I was seeing some tweet that was like, man, that was the one of the best cameos I've ever seen. Talking about Black Bolt, because it's like reprising a character from one of the worst TV shows of all time who no one remembers, but they committed to it so hard by bringing the character back and the actor and just making it seem normal.
And give him a costume.
Yeah. It was so sincere for such a bad show.
But they killed him off for a reason. They're like, yo, we're sorry, he's dead now. We're sorry.
I want to like ask you guys a question about like the potential of a Wolverine cast. I think we know eventually there will be a new Wolverine, and it probably won't be Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah.
I think
a new X-Men movie's already basically confirmed.
Until he's 90. Until he's 90.
I think he'll probably come back as like a
so
cameo every now and then, but I think it'll definitely be a new actor. But my thing is, as much as I liked Henry Cavill's Wolverine, and obviously this is only based on like 10 seconds of like footage, but it definitely does seem like he took a lot of like, inspiration from the Hugh Jackman Wolverine. So in your guys' opinion, like, how do you make a new Wolverine that is like,
distinct.
Still Wolverine, but like doesn't make it look like the actor is doing a Hugh Jackman impression?
Hear me out.
I'm listening.
Tom Holland.
Jesus Christ.
Settle down. Eric, it's not Sony. It's not Sony, so it's not happening. If it was
listen,
Sony, I'd be like, you're right.
We got Robert Downey Jr. back as Dr. Doom. Who better to play Wolverine?
Hey. He's also black. He's also Black Panther. I sent you that picture.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I've seen that one.
So, to seriously answer your question, to seriously answer your question, I don't think it matters because, like, I'll take Tom Holland for example. I think he took the best aspects of, and this is a compliment for Tom Holland. I know Eric's gonna probably faint. He took some of the better traits of Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker and some of Andrew Garfield's traits as Spider-Man and kind of fused them as his own Peter / Spider-Man. And now people see it as, oh, this is Spider-Man. I still like Andrews, obviously, his Spider-Man more because I feel like he's
Mhm.
more true to the character. But you could
Mhm.
see that Tom was kind of channeling the previous two live action actors to play the character. For Wolverine, Hugh Jackman has such a rich history with the fucking character that regardless of who plays him, everybody's gonna think Hugh Jackman. So you try to incorporate some of his mannerisms, if you will, or some of his characteristics, but try to make it your own, and then they'll see you as the character. Because you're right, Henry Cavill did seem to be inspired by the Hugh Jackman Wolverine, but you could still see that when he was talking, he was still trying to be more of a version different from the one we are all accustomed to.
Honestly,
So
the new Xavier and Magneto in First Class did a pretty great job despite following iconic roles. So I feel like it's not gonna be that hard. They just gotta figure out who to make it, but I don't
well,
really know
no,
off
they
the top of
gotta.
I
my head. Mhm.
I feel like it's different though because like Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, they were great in their roles, but they really only had 3 movies to work with. Hugh Jackman's been Wolverine for 20+ years now. It is a little different in my
Half of
opinion.
those Wolverine movies were still kind of shit.
Yeah, but people still like them because of
People still like Hugh Jackman in them. He carried those movies. They're the reason X-Men Origins or whatever is watchable.
yeah. Most
Is
of the
it
movies,
watchable?
If you gun to
it's
your head, yeah.
Yeah.
if you I mean, yeah, like Hugh Jackman played a vital role in most of the X-Men movies. I would argue that the as great as Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are as actors, their roles weren't as big, if you will, as Hugh Jackman's in those X-Men movies. That's
I'd say
why
they were equal.
I
I would say in some cases they were close, but I think Hugh Jackman was still the definite star.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, yeah, that I agree with.
And so it's a lot easier to follow someone when the 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 spotlight isn't as big, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's like the next person who plays Black Panther. They're gonna have a
Hmm.
fucking hard ass time because everybody, even though Chadwick Boseman played him for so few because of his tragic passing, people already recognize the actor for the character, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's gonna be weird."
Yeah.
Whereas,
Yeah,
I
RDJ's
don't
gonna
know,
have an
man.
uphill battle there.
Yeah, whoever plays Iron Man, because we know after Secret Wars they're most likely rebooting. Whoever plays Iron Man's gonna have a hard time. Whoever plays Black Panther, whoever plays Wolverine, best of fucking luck. I hope you have like the greatest script ever, because if your movie is atrocious or you don't deliver, then people are gonna say, "Oh, Hugh Jackman would have been way better." I don't know why we got rid of him.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
think that when Marvel makes an X-Men movie, it would only be a great tribute to Fox if they just made the movie garbage.
We're not
I don't
trying to
know, man.
make a tribute to Fox. In fact, we'll talk about tributes to Fox later on in
I,
this
I,
podcast. But
funny
we
enough,
need to just see a good X-Men movie.
I would
Mm,
argue that most of the X Men movies were decent, with the exception of X3. They were great.
Uh I don't. We can talk about that
Apocalypse
later.
was dog
I
shit.
don't.
Dark
I don't
Phoenix was
agree.
dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That one
I
was
don't talk.
dog shit.
Yeah, no, we don't talk about that. We don't have time about that, Eric. Just like no, we don't talk about the Marvel shows. We don't talk about Dark Phoenix. And both of the movies that were trash for them involved the Phoenix Saga,
Yeah.
X3, and
I would still
fucking
watch X3 over like Apocalypse.
Yeah.
maybe.
Mostly, honestly. Like I don't think there's really anything Apocalypse does better.
That's true. I hate how they had such a good reboot cast and they did nothing good with them.
I thought the
Well,
timeline jumping was also weird because like the first one's set in like 1964, the next one's
Yeah.
and they're set like 10 years apart, but the actors still look exactly the fucking same.
Hmm.
some people don't age, dude. Just look at Denzel. He really hasn't aged.
We're not
He's not
talking
in the
about
movie.
the actors though. We're talking about the character. The characters still look the same in 1995 that they do in 1964. It's
No,
like
but what I'm
bullshit,
saying,
bro.
if
X
people
Gene,
don't
bro.
age, yeah. One thing I will say is I think the reason the movies were kind of doomed was because they had, and the reason they stopped making X-Men movies was because they had to credit Bryan Singer.
Mm. That was definitely a factor. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, we
Mm.
already know that guy's like a scumbag, so I don't think they wanted
Very much so.
to let him profit, if you will. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to Deadpool. What's the next scene I want to
Yeah.
talk about?
Cameos, in sync. Oh, we could talk about meeting Captain America.
Yeah. Let's
Oh
talk
yeah,
about that.
dude.
That
When
was
they
a nice.
first showed him, hmm? I thought that
I
it
was
was
saying it was
gonna
a
be like, what is it?
I'm sorry. I was saying it was a nice surprise the way they led us to believe it was X and it was actually Y.
Yeah, like I saw him show up and I was like, okay, wait, that sounds like Chris Evans' voice because I just heard
Mhm.
him in a trailer. So I'm like, wait, there's no way that they got him back. And then they show like his face. I'm like the robes. I'm like, okay, wait a second. I read some like fake leaks and rumors that he was gonna be like Nomad or something, returning in a movie at some point. So I was like, is that what this is? But then I was like, wait a second. He has like that's definitely the Fantastic Four costume underneath that robe, right? They wouldn't do that though, would they? And then they fucking did.
And they fucking did it.
God, they did.
Yeah, no, that scene was fucking fantastic.
Love it. Yeah, I do think they did a good like misdirect though with the red bands at the end of his arms. That does make it look like the Captain America uniform.
Well, and it also
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
It also didn't help that fucking Deadpool was about to salute, and then it's like, what the fuck? Oh wait, never
I
mind.
mean, that's what I'm saying. They did a good job like misleading you into thinking that it's Cap, but it's
Mhm.
actually the Human Torch. And then actually,
Mhm.
this is one part I didn't particularly like, and I'm curious on your guys' perspective. How do you feel about him getting like overpowered by Pyro?
Yeah, that was sad.
Well,
Not
we
just
know
character wise, but also just like as far as like the comics like go. I know it's not a comic; it's a movie, but like there's
Mhm.
no realistic reason that like like a basic ass mutant like Pyro should be able to overpower
Mhm.
the Human Torch, who can get to temperatures exceeding that of the sun. That's insane to me.
Maybe this one's in the void for a reason. Maybe he's just the worst
there you
human
go.
torch.
I
There
mean,
you
he
go, man.
probably is, but like even so, it's like I don't think that should be the
Yeah.
defining factor.
Yeah, but we also know Johnny's a moron, so he might have gotten too cocky, and
But
then
like,
he just
what did he do that was moronic here?
he lost
Shit
for
talk
starters.
Cassandra Nova.
I mean that, but we can talk about that later. But like more specifically in the fight, like I don't think he did it. I just don't think that the power scaling was an accurate representation of what these characters should be.
I think he played his cards too early.
Fuck the power scaling. I'm tired of power scaling. Fuck it.
No, power scaling is essential.
No, Eric knows why I'm saying fuck power scaling.
Alright, I'm
Um,
gonna assume this is a manga thing, and I'm not gonna step into that shit.
no, it's a Discord server thing where people go
Oh,
crazy over power scaling.
whatever.
Um, no, but you're right. The Human Torch should have overpowered him, but Pyro was taking his power. So I
Yeah,
just
but
saw it
that's
as
just like generic. Like, what's the one plot whenever heroes get to like an absorbing enemy? Give them more than they can handle. He should be way more than Pyro can handle.
I think
yeah,
that's
but
the why he lost. If he just stopped, he would have been able to fight literally anyone else. Just had like Deadpool take him on or something, you know?
yeah.
I mean,
Again,
yeah,
he could have. He didn't even think. He was just trying to fly away instead
Yeah.
of powering up even more. Dude, it's the least of our worries. Stop
Yeah.
judging.
yeah. It doesn't like matter in the grand scheme of things because we knew what was going to happen. Eventually, I just
Mhm.
don't. I just feel like there's a better way they could have like taken him out of commission than have him get beat by a C-class mutant.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just underestimating the mutants. Just saying.
No, I'm really not.
I'm just saying. You could have. You could look.
Maybe he
There's
had
a
an
re.
inhuman gene too.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we know the Inhumans are now mutants according to Miss Marvel.
Is that
No,
actually
just
how
that
it
one, not
works?
all of them. Well, she wasn't
No, no.
inhuman in the comics, but they made her mutant in the show.
I saw the like clip where they played like the X-Men riff in the show that went viral on like YouTube. I don't know
Yeah.
the details
It's a
because
good
there's
show.
no Terrigen Mist in the MCU, right?
There's what?
There's no Terrigen Mist, which is what the Inhumans get their power from, right? That's not in
So
Not
the
like,
yet.
so like,
like it's in it.
there
They
is
talked
in
about
the
it in Doctor Strange too, but like not in like the main 616 Marvel movies.
so like technically there's a very questionably canon show called Agents of Shield where they delved into it a lot. But if you're talking mainline movies, then no, it hasn't happened there.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
the issue with Agents of Shield is they have the book that Wanda uses.
Yeah. The
Again, so
Darkhold.
it's like Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
I think I heard
Yeah.
about that.
It's kind of like maybe it's an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's not the sacred timeline. It's an alternate sacred timeline.
Can't believe they were the first ones to break the sacred timeline.
How dare they? It was Joss Whedon when he went full stupid. Also.
Okay, but yeah, like as far as like that goes, like that happened, and then we see all the other cameos from a lot of old X-Men cast members.
Mhm.
Like you got like the
X-Men
guy,
villains.
yeah. I mean, close enough. You got Ray Park back as Toad. You got I don't know
Mhm.
the actors' names, but like whoever played like Callisto and Tyler Mane as Sabretooth. That was an
Yeah.
Oh, he
interesting
got
choice.
fucked up. We didn't
Yeah.
even talk about the first fucking Deadpool and Wolverine fight sequence in the
And the second
before
one.
I mean, well, the second one comes much later, but he's talking about the one like when they initially arrive
as soon
in the
as they
void.
Yeah.
correct. That one was pretty intense too. You see
That was pretty
Insane.
good.
Hugh Jackman go full fucking berserk
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Like really
animalistic.
fighting like the comic Wolverine.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
noticed this one like stanced up a lot more than like we've seen in the past.
That was
So
fun.
curious to me because he doesn't really do that at any other point in the movie, does he?
He does
He
it when
does
he's
later on actually.
when
I might
he's
have missed
fighting
that.
the variants. He does do that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's a lot more comic book quote unquote accurate
Mm.
without being the short king in the movie and this movie, which again cool, but I know
I
people
do
were
think
mad.
that suit actually kind of looked a little bit shit though.
I kind of liked it.
It had charm, but like it was just kind of off. I don't know.
It's because you're not used to it because he's never worn it.
Not that it just I feel like they could have made it look a little bit more like normal or realistic, but they just went for like pastel and like not even trying to look like not accurate,
And
but like not even trying to look
and
like realistic on purpose.
they're superheroes, my boy. It's not gonna. I get what you're saying. I do, but I guess my counter will be he's from a different timeline. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. So
for
like
them it's
what I'm saying
normal.
is I hope when they actually do like X-Men Wolverine, they make his suit actually not look like a joke.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll use the suits in the MCU.
I feel like they have to.
I feel
They
like when
don't
you've
have.
already, but I feel like here's the thing: you've already made a whole series of movies where they didn't use them, and all the MCU heroes are using their suits. So it would it would be
Yeah,
very out of place if you didn't use them.
the closest person who's not using their suit is like Doctor Strange has like a very low key but accurate version of his suit. Like that's something I'd like because like it's nowhere near as like sorcerer like as what you see in the
It's not as
comics, but like
ornate
it
as
still
the
like
comics.
fits. Yeah, yeah,
Fair enough. I mean, it's gonna be hard to do X-Men suits in my, but
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's one thing we can talk about too. Like, I feel like they probably won't drop like all the X-Men at once in the MCU. I feel like they'll have to like
Ah,
slowly introduce them.
I feel
I
like
don't know. Mm, go
because they
on.
already introduced the fucking city, the mutant city in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Wait, what?
Madripoor?
Madripoor, yeah.
Oh, that was a mutant city. I thought that was just like a regular city.
Well, no, in the comics, I'm pretty sure it's a mutant city.
It
Oh, well,
might be.
yeah, but the MCU doesn't really care about the comics that
Well,
much.
in the
Sometimes it's
MCU,
just
we don't know what they say. They just, it's a fucking throwaway line, like the goddamn throwaway line of somebody bought Stark Tower.
yeah.
So, but
But like they have confirmed that they're working on an X-Men movie, so like I don't think they're going to be slowly dripping them in other than what we've already been seeing with like
I,
Wolverine
I,
here and then Beast at the end of Marvels. Although I did read something, not sure how true it is, saying that the world that Monica Rambeau got launched into was Earth 10005.
well, it
What the
has to
hell
be
is?
because we just established that, well, the Deadpool world, okay,
Oh,
Mhm.
I
because
mean,
we've established that the X-Men are part of Deadpool's
yeah,
world,
they are.
Yeah.
so it makes
And
sense
that was
that
the same actors.
yes, and it was the same actors, so it makes
I
sense
don't think
that
it
she is.
was.
For Beast
No,
it
it's
was
yeah,
No,
for
no,
Beast it was.
no. Are you sure? Because like the Beast in like Deadpool 2 was not Kelsey Grammer.
Beast was in Deadpool too?
Yeah, during the cameo scene in the green screen closing the doors when he went to the X Men
Yes, it
meeting.
was.
Oh.
That was not
Wait.
Kelsey Grammer.
Nicholas
I'll look
Holt
this up.
is who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicholas. Who the fuck is
Yeah.
Nicholas Holt?
Yeah, but he's playing the
He's gonna
young
play.
Beast.
Well, that's my
Remember?
point. But yeah, but you said it's the same actor. It's not the same actor.
No, but see, this is a fucking confusion with the X-Men timeline
Yeah.
because the young actors are supposed to be turned into the old actors, and the old actor was
True.
Beast in
X3.
X3,
X3, and then he appeared really quickly at the end of like Days of Future Past.
What's his fucking name?
Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer. So Nicholas Holt is supposed to turn into Kelsey Grammer.
And then the other thing I did read was that scene takes place 2 years after Deadpool and Wolverine, because Deadpool and Wolverine takes place in 2024, whereas that movie or something takes place later.
2026.
Yeah.
Okay, but then how does that explain the ending of Logan when like?
Because Logan's 2029.
Yeah.
Right. But then when do all the X-Men die?
I think 2027, right?
Yo, fuck the Fox universe.
Honestly,
this is why I was thinking. I was like, this is why I was initially thinking about the X-Men universe, and I was like, you know what, fuck this bullshit. I'm trying to enjoy the fucking movie.
Just let Deadpool have his happy family life and just chill like that until they need him.
Look, all we know is technically all the X-Men are now part of the. None of the X-Men died in the Deadpool universe that we know of.
Yeah.
We know that his Logan technically died in 2029, and then that Logan, we have a new Logan. So I'm gonna go with there. The fucking universe is the same, and Miss Monica Rambeau is in Deadpool's universe. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's another. Well, there's more to question on that front, but honestly, we can move on. Somebody needs to like do an analysis of this, and Marvel needs to explain.
No, dude. New rock stars.
No analysis doesn't matter. Someone else is just gonna some new Marvel writer is gonna come along and do whatever they want with it. No one cares about consistency that much with these multiverse shenanigans.
I mean, that's part of the problem, though.
Yeah,
I think I know we're tangenting off, but I think the issue was that Kevin Feige was trying to do everything, all the shows, all the movies, all these specials. He didn't focus on like making it consistent or coherent. He was just trying to make it
started well with like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then it just like Agatha show, bro. We don't need that.
Yeah,
it started. Look, I think another thing that fucked it up was the actor of Kang, because now Ant-Man and the Ant-Man Quantumania is essentially the worst MCU movie of all time.
Oh my gosh.
So I think it's fine for Kang to just be a one-off now. My problem is that it's like, even without his actor fucking up, I don't think people were really a fan of Kang to begin with. It's like, I don't think people were going to buy that storyline that much.
I mean, I feel like they would have needed more like investment into it before going full Kang Dynasty. But
I don't think there was going to be that much more. I think Kang Dynasty was where we were going to get the meat of it.
Well, that would have been the problem too, and that's why people wouldn't have been that invested in it. But like, Thanos at least had more interesting things, and it probably is also just the name. He's just more of a noteworthy villain. But like, that's probably why they're swapping out to like Doctor Doom.
But the issue with this is kind of like revisionist for me, but the issue was also that they made Kang weak. How the fuck is Scott Lang gonna defeat you?
Because he's the GOAT.
No, don't get me wrong, bro. He is the GOAT. Because he's the GOAT. No, I get all that. But like, how is he gonna defeat you? But motherfucker couldn't defeat Thanos. And we're saying that this guy is a bigger threat than Thanos.
Because Kang's asshole isn't as strong as Thanos's. Duh.
I'm just saying, like, the movie went from like to like bottom tier because of it.
I still enjoyed it. I'm just sad it wasn't Ant-Man 3 and it was more just Kang.
I just didn't care that much at the end of the day. I thought it was fine, but now I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and okay, so let's transition back into the movie.
Yes.
We tangent a little far too much. So they get captured. Johnny Storm apparently says some shit. We don't know if
Storm
it's true
gets
or not.
black bolted.
We meet Cassandra Nova, who is...
He gets Dr. Octopus, if you get the reference.
He gets... we meet Cassandra Nova, who is the sister of Charles Xavier, a.k.a. Professor
You're like,
X.
oh, hey, is this the ancient one?
Almost.
Hey, she had the magical ring thingamabob.
Yeah, basically
Um,
the same thing.
And the bald ass head.
she stole it from Ned. I'm just saying. Ned was in the void.
Yo, honestly, I feel like that should have been like the joke rather than it. She took it off like an experienced Strange. She was like, oh, it was like this little fat
Well,
kid, and
she didn't say experienced Strange. She didn't say
She said
strange.
inexperienced magic user.
yeah, she said something about him like being like a novice or something. But that's my
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was like and Deadpool like Strange. But that it would have been like more funny if he showed like some kind of fake concern and be like, oh my god, Ned. Like I feel like that would have
Yeah.
been funnier.
That would have been funny. I'll give you that. So we meet her, and then Deadpool's like, "Well, I wasn't talking shit. He was," and then he says all this shit that Johnny was talking. My boy dies right away.
Yeah, Deadpool
De-
made sure he died.
Yep.
Deadpool was like, "Yo, he was bleeding our budget dry, so he had to go."
Did your guys' theater just like audibly gasp and then go silent when that happened?
Yep.
They gasped, they got silent, then Deadpool said the line, and they left.
Yeah. No, because like that's what happened to me. Is like she literally like rips the flesh off his bones. There's a gasp, silence. It's like talks about the budget after Wolverine's like, "You motherfucker, you just got him fucking killed."
I was having Multiverse of Madness flashbacks, but then the movie went back to being funny.
And then, how do they escape?
I mean, doesn't she just like
Oh, that's right. She
leave
just
them to like get attacked by the cloud,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then they
she
escape
does,
on like
and
a
then
rocket leg?
Yeah. Yep,
no, that was a sentry leg, right? What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the sentries.
Sentry? Oh, you
Mhm.
Sentinel. Oh, okay.
Sentinel, yeah,
Sentinel, yeah.
Sentinel. My bad.
Bro, imagine if
Sentinel.
Sentry was introduced to the MCU. That'd be wild.
He will be, but like not yet.
Are we sure?
That's what they've confirmed.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, they have?
Well, the guy, the
I'm
Asian
pretty
guy
sure because like
for
he's gonna be important in the Thunderbolts movie.
the Asian guy
Oh,
for Walking
that's
Dead
wild.
basically confirmed that he was playing Sentry, but then he couldn't because of scheduling conflicts. So yeah, they
Goddamn.
confirmed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a Sentinel leg, right? And then they fly the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we didn't talk about that's gonna tie back in kind of is Deadpool after the meeting, the chauffeur
Mhm.
who King disrespects all the time. Going back to his world and Peter telling him, "Hey, bro, I still got your suit," but he puts on his car salesman shirt on and his uniform,
Yeah.
and then he starts selling cars and he starts
Yo,
belittling
fuck
the
the
shit.
Honda Odyssey.
Yeah, he starts talking. I don't know how much they paid Honda to let
How
that
much Honda
slide
paid them?
because,
Yeah.
well, no, I don't think Honda would
No,
pay
this
to
is
get
product
that.
placement. Honda
Yeah, that's product
100%
placement.
paid.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sure they got paid, but I'm sure Disney and them also paid them just so they could shit talk the fuck out of the car.
No, that's not how that
No,
works.
no, that's not how it works. You can always add brands to your movie, but they're usually removed because you never want to give out free advertising.
Yes.
I don't know, man. If I was Honda, I'd be like, "You're shit talking my car."
No. This is one of those quintessential sayings. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Oh, I just the fucking sales rate skyrocket because of that. I should
Honestly, I
probably.
wouldn't be surprised if there's been an uptick in page hits for Honda's like website.
Mm-hmm. They're like,
So
man, what's
yeah,
so wrong with the Honda Odyssey? And they're like, wait, nothing.
he's like everything's trash about it.
Honestly, I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia page for that and see if anyone's vandalized it.
So yeah, we have that little moment where he's shit talking to Honda Odyssey, and with the Sentinel leg, they fucking teleport somewhere.
They find nice food.
They fly somewhere,
Yep.
and they land in a little cabin. They start shit talking each other, and that's when gorgeous Deadpool meets them,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And what does gorgeous Deadpool fucking have? A fucking Honda. So,
Yeah,
and
nobody's
then,
vandalized the page.
Mm.
and one thing also that we learned is that Cassandra Nova was put there by Paradox in the Void. And
Was? I thought she was
yeah,
just put there by the. Wait, what?
Well, the TVA, but
Yeah.
Paradox is she
He
talks to
made a deal
Paradox.
with her.
Yeah,
Oh,
Paradox and
okay.
her made a deal. That she was too batshit crazy, so she's like stay in the void and she could rule how she
Mhm.
wants, and she
Mhm.
fucks right off. But then who was it? Pyro. He basically
Yeah.
Paradox calls Pyro's like, yeah, you gotta take her out because
Mhm.
she crazy.
Dude, Channing Tatum as Gambit was insane. I did not expect that.
Yeah, we weren't there yet either, so I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
you to bring that up.
yeah, dude, we're talking about Dogpool right now, man.
Yeah.
Fuck
The
Dogpool. I hate dogs.
Dogpool, man.
Dogpool is like the ugliest dog ever, too.
That's the joke.
That is the joke.
Yeah.
Deadpool is the ugliest motherfucker around. That's the
Oh.
joke.
Oh.
Fucking ruined it. So yeah, then we transition. They
All
drive
right,
in the
now we can
Honda
talk about the
Odyssey.
second fight. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I thought you were gonna jump the gun and go to the fucking cameos. So yeah, they go from the Honda Odyssey. Fucking Wolverine and Deadpool are pissed. Deadpool because of the Odyssey, and Wolverine because like
Mhm.
you fucking he was still pissed that Johnny Storm died. They
And also
start
he said
driving.
that Deadpool like had a slip of the tongue and revealed like, your problems may not actually get fixed.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm
And
glad they
then
did have a
yeah,
second fight just because I wanted there to be something that the trailer didn't spoil like that because I'm like, I know the fight was still expanding the movie, but I'm like, man, I feel like they should fight again, and they did.
Yeah, I'm glad. And
well,
honestly, I like the second fight more, not just because of the grease music in the background, but it was actually just like
Mhm.
more entertaining to see them fight in a confined space.
they literally
Also, the
fought in a
usage of music in this movie felt like almost Guardians of the Galaxy level. Like it like blasted throughout the entire movie.
I like that.
well, one
Like
one
this
of
is
the
like actually
songs
like good music.
Hmm.
one of the songs in the radio when Wolverine or Deadpool hits the stereo was from The Greatest Showman, which was Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman's movie, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Mhm.
And then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna threaten you if you don't stop. Wolverine's about to break out in song and sing the entire second act."
I like, yeah, the fight throughout the entire vehicle was insane. I was like, "Oh shit, shit is
Hmm.
crazy." I like how when it ends, you just see Deadpool mummy wrapped with the fucking seatbelts.
Mhm.
Hmm. And the van just shaking, so you have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I think you see
true.
someone step out of the forest, and then like someone drove them off because you see them in the layer in the next scene.
Hmm.
Oh
No, I
yes,
was just
so
talking
yeah,
about the
we
implication that you don't know if they're fighting or doing anything else now.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
yeah we're fucking. There, he's talking about
Because
fucking.
that was
Yeah,
definitely the implication of that.
I didn't get that implication, but I can see how someone else would have arrived at it.
I feel
Some
like
people,
that they wanted to joke about that, the way that it
Yeah.
just panned out, and then just showed the car like bumping.
it was intentional. I one of the things I do want to mention is people were complaining about the movie and how it was woke and how oh my
Mhm, it
god
was.
they made Deadpool. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That and how they made why did they make Deadpool want to fuck a guy? And I was like,
I don't
he's literally
I don't think I saw
he's
any tweets
literally
about that. Maybe one or
no
two,
there
but like
yeah no there was a
not a
couple.
lot.
I
Bro,
scrolled
Deadpool
through
went
the
around
rabbit hole.
saying he was like racist.
Yeah, Deadpool went around
Yeah.
saying he'd fuck anything. Why are they
Yeah.
surprised now? And then the
I'm
whole
pretty sure
Jesus
he's like one
thing.
of those guys who just like will sleep with anything.
Mhm.
And then yeah, and they're like, oh, the Jesus thing kind of offended them. And I was like, dude,
I,
it's a fucking joke.
I don't know where you guys are reading this shit because I never saw anyone getting offended by the Jesus thing.
Twitter.
I mean, I've been on
Why
Twitter
are you
quite
on
a bit
Twitter?
My like
because it's
scroll because
fun.
I'm bored.
Mm.
Yeah, chaos is crazy and it's fun.
Yep.
But yeah, so then like Eric said, we transition. Somebody's driving the car. We don't know who it is. And then this is where more of the fucking timeline confusion fucking happens. We see X-23. Did we see X-23 first?
No, she was the
No, she was
fourth
the
one we
last one they
saw.
revealed. We saw Elektra first.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So so yeah, you're right. Deadpool and Wolverine wake up in the room. We
Deadpool's
see
back to
Elect.
drink, or no, Wolverine's back to drinking, the thing he's best at.
Yep.
Yep. And then we see Deadpool react, and he takes his katanas out, and then Elektra's whatever the fuck they're called, blades.
Size.
Sure,
Size.
sure, size, whatever.
Someone wasn't a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan.
I didn't give a fuck about Raphael, dog. Fuck that
Yeah,
guy.
Oh, but you know his name.
Yeah, fuck him.
Goddamn right I do. Anyway, yeah, her weapons, and then we see her in like her music, and then we see motherfucking Wesley Snipes as Blade.
That one was probably
Yeah.
the most surprising for me, if only because I know that he and Ryan Reynolds had a big thing in real life.
Well, apparently they did it, according to both of them.
I don't know if that's true. Apparently, a lot of people who worked behind the scenes said that Wesley Snipes just straight up wouldn't work with him on the set of Blade Trinity and was straight up calling him slurs.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I read an article that said that he now, like, in the context of this movie, he like appreciated Ryan Reynolds' sense of humor now, whereas he did not back then.
Yeah.
I was fuck it. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. I liked his line. Maybe it's foreshadowing, maybe it's not, but I like Blade's line.
That was not foreshadowing.
Hey,
I feel
with
like
the amount of
there's two possible interpretations. Number one, development hell and Wesley Snipes will always just be the only one, or haha, you think you're the only one, but you're actually not.
That's like the latter is definitely what it means. The first one is just not
Oh
true.
no, I'm sure it is.
I mean, I
but
feel like the latter one is
think-
going to be the one that is true, but at the current time, I understand why they would interpret it the first way, because there's been a lot of shit going on with the writing, staff being swapped around, and Mahershala Ali being unhappy with the script.
At this point, the main issue is just the strikes. I feel like it would have been in good pace if not for the writer strikes.
No, because
I don't know about that.
One of the reports said that Ali didn't like the script and that wanted to rewrite it. So
and they have like cycled through writers, so there's definitely some kind of behind the scenes stuff going on. It's also been 3 years since it was teased.
One of the
Yeah, but it's also been like 3 years since Shang-Chi was teased for the sequel.
One of the
yeah, but like that's not actually undergoing any bad behind the scenes bullshit. That's just people being lazy.
Yeah.
One of the scoopers is very reliable. He mentioned that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be Doom, and he showed proof of it. Said that Ali basically wants it to be bigger than Black Panther, the movie, because he feels like the only reason he wants to be Blade is because he wants it to be the iconic black character, which I think you're doing the movie for the wrong reason.
He was at one point, but I don't know if he's gonna do that today,
I feel like it's not possible today just because like Black Panther obviously has like the history like in the continent, and obviously like there's like the meta history of Chadwick Boseman being a good actor who passed away before his time.
Yeah.
And the fucking movie was actually good.
Yeah, it was fine. I'm not as big a fan as other people are, but it's still a good movie.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, I like that line. And then obviously, like you said, like Air said, we see fucking Channing Tatum as Gambit.
That was a good one.
Dude,
I started my theater's clap for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were shouting in mine.
I was like, ain't no way.
I like how
when I saw the card being like twirled and shit, I was like, oh, are they gonna have that guy from like X-Men Origins Wolverine? And I'm like, no way, nobody even knows who the fuck that actor is. But
I was like, wait, I wonder who they're gonna have.
What if it's like Channing Tatum? It's like, yeah, it's fucking Channing Tatum.
I didn't realize he had a movie that got canceled.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, that happened a while ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Deadpool was like, who in the fucking Minions was your dialect coach?
Yeah. I was like, who was your dialect coach? One of the Minions or something? And he's like, oh, you make me. Actually, what do you guys think about the accent? Because like my take on the whole thing was like, I think people kind of just like forgot, because he uses a lot of French terms, that he's not actually French or from France. Like he's Cajun, which is like partly a French Canadian and Louisianan blend, but he talks more like a Southerner. He shouldn't have like a heavy French accent. What was your guys' thought on that?
I didn't care. I just liked that.
I'm just like, bro, what the fuck
I
is
like
this?
them.
If they ever do Gambit, they better have him be coherent. God.
Yeah. Like that was my thing, like right there. Like I just didn't understand why they felt
when I come out of my dad's pee hole fully hard on.
Yeah,
that was such a fucking
that was pretty fucking funny.
Dude, Gambit needs to be incoherent as fuck. You can't understand what he's saying. We need subtitles for him, and that's the way I want it.
Seeing R-rated Gambit was also funny because I'm like, dang, I never like thought that he could just throw a card to someone and just have him explode.
You know, Channing Tatum was having the time of his life. He's like, holy shit, I'm
Well,
actually
yeah,
able to play Gambit.
I'm pretty sure he tweeted about it as well, thanking like Ryan Reynolds and the production
Yeah,
team
a
for the
lot of this seems to be
opportunity.
like Ryan Reynolds reaching out to people because like the Chris
Yeah.
Evans cameo I read was just him literally texting Chris Evans. He's like, "Hey, would you want to come back?" And he's like, "Yeah, but only because it's you asking."
And
I
then
feel like
he's
he would
like,
have done it otherwise too, but yeah, I feel like their friendship probably played a role there to make it like
Yeah,
easier.
and then,
he did say
then
he liked revisiting it, but he's like, "You're the only one who I would revisit it for."
I don't know. I feel like he would have revisited in another scenario too, but I think
Yeah.
one interview I read or saw like years ago was something like he said he did think it was too early for him to come back as Captain America, but he would be
Mhm.
down to revisit the Human Torch. And this interview came out like 21, 22-ish. So yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. For me, Cajun Boy stole the show. And then, of course, after we see the Cajun Boy and everybody, and he throws the card at Logan for drinking his bourbon. We see Daphne Keene,
Yep.
X-23, which
And
confused
I'm
me
like, mhm.
because she confirmed that she was the X-23 from Logan.
Yeah, so she did
Yes.
something wrong, got purged. What of it?
Why? No,
What
but
the fuck could she have done is the question.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's the question.
but here's how it works. The way the TVA used to work is they purge people and reset the timeline. So theoretically, there might still be another one normal
But
lying
see,
around
if they
there too. Who
reset the
knows?
timeline, that means Logan would still be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No.
well, I remember they did mention they were getting rid of anchor beings to purge timelines. I remember that
No.
specific.
I mean like
I
like
don't
season
remember
one.
that line. I would have to watch it again, but yeah, I don't think they said that.
Yeah,
No
I don't think
reason.
so.
I mean, it's
Mhm.
a good excuse to watch it again.
I will definitely watch it again, probably this upcoming Tuesday. But yeah, I
Mm.
don't remember that specific line of dialogue being spoken about,
Mhm.
like getting rid of anchor beings. I feel like that's the exact
Oh
opposite of what
wait,
they were doing.
no, they weren't getting rid of anchor beings. Once the anchor being was gone, they were getting rid of people who were resisting and who would be like threats to being able to take out the timeline.
There you
That would make
go.
sense.
Yeah.
There you go. That was kind of right.
Okay. Yeah.
So they got
No,
rid
you
of.
weren't.
I bitch. They got.
Go on.
Look, Air
Yeah.
understood
So
what I
now we
was
know why they
saying.
were all there. Yeah.
No, Air
Yes,
just put the
Air.
pieces together. Now we know why
Yeah,
it was happening.
exactly. Look, I was talking like Gambit, and Air understood. Fuck right off.
You definitely were not talking like Gambit. You ain't got nearly that masculinity, but to be fair, nobody really does.
I literally said it. I was talking about incoherentness that was still
Oh, well,
understood.
we
by
don't
someone.
deny that you're incoherent a lot of the time, so it's all good.
You're Canadian. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so that's what confused me. But then I was like, wait, is it because they were gonna overthrow the TVA? Well, not overthrow, but you get me, like fight the TVA because of it.
Mhm.
And it just confused me. And I was like, this fucking X-Men timeline just pisses me off. But I was glad
Yeah.
she was back. I liked her scene, the following moments, right? When
Yeah.
Wolverine is in the campfire and she's like, well, yeah, you were never the guy until you had to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, that is Logan. That's you, bitch. Get your shit together.
That's Wolverine
So,
right there.
mm-hmm.
Actually, I want to revisit
So,
something just a few minutes earlier in the movie. And maybe you guys know this because I've never actually seen the original Daredevil movie, and I haven't seen Elektra the movie. I just know that like
yeah.
Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck played their roles. But when she says that Daredevil was like wiped out or whatever, and Deadpool says I'm sorry, and then she's like, it's fine. Like, is that like a reference to something that happened in the movie, or was there
That's
a
a
real life
reference
thing
to
between?
no, that's the reference to Ben Affleck and her divorcing.
Okay, I thought that's what that was. Right.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's nothing happened to them in the movie, but like, since they divorced in real life,
Yeah,
she's like, "Oh, I'm
fair
sorry
enough.
for your life." She's like, whatever."
Yeah, no,
Dang,
fair
did Ben
enough.
Affleck just got another divorce? That's crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, he
bro,
got one like a week ago or something.
He's collecting divorces like Jennifer Lopez is collecting engagement rings.
Oh my god, she has 4.
No, she has like 6.
I don't know how
Damn.
many she has, but there's quite a few.
Anyway,
And also, like, while we're on that topic of like the campfire, this is something I didn't really understand, and by all means, like maybe this is just like a script writing issue. overall, I did feel like the script for this movie was like a little bit weaker than the other two. Fight scenes drastically better and more entertaining, but script wise, character motivation wise. So like, here's my thing: when he's telling the story, roughly speaking, what he describes is that he left the X Mansion or whatever, goes out to get drunk or whatever, and a human mob shows up and basically kills the X-Men. And by the time he gets back, they're all dead or whatever. And then like I don't know, maybe some other thing happens and like the humans hate all the X-Men. So like I don't understand why that's like a. It's like humans already hated the X-Men, but now they hate them even more because Wolverine abandoned them. But like,
no,
no, it's because Wolverine went around killing people and
yeah,
giving him even more of that
he
name.
specifically said he busted Andrew Garfield. He got vengeful and started killing.
Right,
But not only just bad guys.
But that was
good
after
guys,
the
like,
X-Men died.
Yeah.
So after
So
the
like,
X-Men got
he
killed
felt
by the
guilty because he
humans,
was like, "Oh, I should have been there and I could have helped." And then after that, he's like, "Well, now I'm just gonna go and kill everyone."
Okay. So question, like, why did it matter that he wasn't there?
Because he feels like he could have stopped them.
How?
it's just guilt. It's just guilt.
Guilt.
I think it is
Guilt.
survivors. It is survivors guilt, but I feel like this is not the entirely. It's not an entirely reasonable way to put it because like it's the X-Men. Like if they, I don't know, we don't know who was on the roster exactly, but realistically, Nightcrawler could have teleported them away.
I agree, but on every other
could have just, like,
timeline,
frozen them.
Wolverine never abandoned them, and they all lived.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
And we also know Wolverine is prideful,
yeah.
and he's very for as much as he tries to be a loner, he's very protective of his people.
No
Even
dispute
if he
there. I just feel like they're I think they could have like done a better job of like saying,
I
like,
agree.
Because he was gone. It's more like why did it have to be humans who killed him? It could have been like he abandoned them. So like the Shi'ar Empire was taken over by Deathbird or Decan, and they attacked him because he wasn't there to help the X-Men. Then like the Shi'ar enslaved humanity or whatever it may be. Like to me, like that would if it had been a little bit more of a serious threat. Like to me, it's just like I didn't feel that describing humans as a threat that killed the X-Men justified the like classification of this Logan as the worst Logan.
I get what you're saying, but it's all nerdy
all the
shit.
other Logans are better.
All that nerdy shit you said is cool, but the general movie going audience is not gonna know what the fuck you just said.
Exactly.
The general movie audience is like, oh, the fucking humans, they try to kill the fucking
fuck
X-Men.
those humans.
Well, I feel like you're right that the nerdy stuff I said was probably like just for people like us, but at the same time, I feel like even the general movie going audience would still be like, how would just a bunch of normal humans kill the X-Men? Even if Wolverine wasn't there, they still shouldn't have been able to.
Again,
because
go on.
I was just gonna say because like at the end of the day, mutants don't really want to kill humans, and like humans always find a way to like terrorize them, like Sentinels and shit. So like I'm not surprised if they come up with weapons that work.
Don't forget X-23. X3 literally found a weapon that'll take away a mutant's power.
Yeah.
Right. But so like they didn't kill the mutants afterwards.
Yeah, but because they got stopped. But let's say they didn't get stopped this time.
But they did die here in this case. Like the humans just killed them, and we know that.
Yeah, we don't know how. Like, even if they did take away the powers, they still probably would have killed him because this is like racially motivated, basically.
I mean, it's like that in every movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
in if they had the tech, why wouldn't they have just used it on Logan if he was like going around killing people later?
Because Logan has adamantium instilled inside him.
Different.
No, that would have still like prevented his healing factor, and then they just riddle him with bullets and he dies. But I guess again, like more to my point, like I think that the explanation about like how his leaving of the X-Men led to their deaths could have been described in a more serious way rather than humans coming in a lynch mob or whatever.
I think that is
honestly this is like Occam's razor. That's the most simple explanation. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I think my problem is that it's too simple.
I think
it's just not believable enough for me. I just don't feel like humans should pose that kind of thing, considering the other X-Men rosters like scale of.
But you don't know what humans were like in that world.
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, they're humans. It doesn't really matter what they're like.
There's a few things that we don't know. We don't know which X-Men were there, or which X-Men they had.
We don't know the time period it was.
We don't know the time period. It
could have been like a future Sentinel timeline.
And you're just overthinking that shit. Like I was overthinking the X-Men timeline.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
yeah, I might just be overthinking it, but like that is just something that kind of was like, you know what?
I
I feel
agree
like
with your
we could
core
have had
concept, but I just don't think it
better
matters for the movie.
explanations. Oh, it 100% doesn't matter. But like, you know, in terms of
Yeah.
like, how do I evaluate this movie's like script writing and
Mhm.
character motivation? Something like
Yeah.
that does hold it back from being like on the level of like Deadpool 2, in my opinion.
I don't think Deadpool 1 or 2 were particularly great in that regard either.
I do feel like Deadpool 2 was considerably better, mainly
Even if
because
it
of
was better, I
Cable,
feel like
but
it was just
like,
less
yeah.
interesting.
I know it's not trying to be like super deep and serious, but like compared to like what we're seeing here, I do
Mhm.
feel like mainly again because of Cable, it had a lot
Mhm.
of like, you know, really
Yeah.
like understandable elements to it that were like better explained.
Mhm.
I mean, look, not everything is gonna get an explanation in every movie. I think they did
Well, I
enough.
agree, but then it's like you gave an explanation here, and I just think your explanation isn't
Well,
Well,
very
because they
good.
couldn't have.
It's like,
They had to give something, you know.
well, I mean, you
they,
could have
they,
given something better. Is my point.
Yeah.
yeah, but what would the audience know? Just because you know half the shit you said sounded gibberish to me.
Yeah.
Are you
No,
some
it didn't. You understood every
Chitarian?
damn bit.
No, I'm not even.
What?
I don't know. Chitarian or what? Well, you didn't even say
I
Chitarian.
said Shi'ar.
What the fuck is
Bitch,
that?
I don't know what that
Have you
is.
not seen the fucking original cartoon from the 90s?
No. Why would I go watch
No,
that shit? That shit sounds boring.
First of all, you're a
I
kid back then, okay? You should have been watching it. Spidey, I'm
I'm
shocked you
I'm pretty
haven't.
sure I saw it, but I'm not gonna remember that shit. Second of all,
Okay, well that's your
they
own
want to
problem if you can't remember
that
what
what
you're watching.
I mean, then by that logic, it's
Neither is
also your
the average
problem
audience.
for
Well then maybe well, you
overthinking.
know what, that then we condemn humanity for that matter.
Exactly.
You know what? Fuck it. But one, Logan had survivor's guilt because he thought he could save the X-Men because you heard him. He is the X-Man,
Yes, I don't
right?
dispute that.
So yeah, he's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have left. I shouldn't have abandoned them.
Right.
That's the thing. And then who the fucking does the general audience know hates mutants? They don't know
Right.
if the Avengers hate the mutants, so they're like, oh wait, we know humans hate mutants.
Wait, are you trying to actually suggest that the Avengers came to kill the X-Men?
Hey,
Yes,
are they human?
It's irrelevant.
they
Yeah,
are.
checkmate,
They
bitch.
work for the
Checkmate.
government in this
First of all,
universe.
not
Like,
all of them are.
boom.
Let's be real. If we're gonna like get into that, but like, no,
They signed the
it's not.
Sokovia
No,
Accord.
now you're the one who's spouting gibberish. Talking about the X-Men came to fucking lynch mutants, or the Avengers came to lynch mutants. God, fuck you
The
guys. Let's move on.
Sokovia Accords.
Sokovia Accords have still not been vetoed or
Yes, they
appealed.
have. Yes, they have. In the
Not
MCU,
in
they
this
have.
world.
Not in
Not in
that world.
We don't know if
not
they
Not
ever
the
existed in
MCU.
this world, so that's
That's
irrelevant.
not the sacred timeline, ho.
I said
Boom.
we don't know if they
Checkmate.
existed in this particular timeline, therefore it's irrelevant.
Checkmate. You got
There's no
you got you
checkmate,
got
motherfucker.
you got boomed. Get over it.
Exactly.
I'll go spin a web up your ass.
Oh, someone's bad. Someone's bad because they got boomed there. So he's a
I'll
delete
kiss
the
my ass.
video like last time.
I didn't delete anything.
Oh, the Comic Con one? You sure about that book?
Yeah, that was a fucking technical error. I didn't delete shit. You accused me of deleting shit with another one, but that
Oh,
was just because you were being a sexist asshat.
I wasn't being sexist at all. What are you talking? We're talking about your
You were being
girlfriend.
pretty damn
Who wasn't your
sexist, bro.
girlfriend? Anyway,
She wasn't my fucking girlfriend, you weirdo. You guys there?
yeah.
Okay, it just went really silent all of a sudden.
Yeah, your voice roboted a bit.
You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, it's good now.
sadly,
It's my ass, Spidey. This was your fucking idea, by the way.
just why are you getting so mad, bro? Relax.
Right, you fucking started it. All right. Anyways,
First of all, you started complaining about Wolverine's goddamn motivation.
Me playing Subway
because that's a
Surfer while
legitimate thing to
parents are
complain
crying and having a
about.
divorce.
It is not. He was survivor's guilt.
I didn't
Survivor's
it's
guilt.
like
dispute that it was
that's it.
survivor's guilt. I felt the justification for him having survivor's guilt wasn't good enough, based on what we know of the world, or what of mutants in general, more specifically.
Yeah, true. He should not be guilty if all his friends die.
No,
Yeah,
you turd
fuck it.
monkey. That's not what I said.
I think that's racist.
That's
Aries, is
what
that
you just
racist?
said just now.
First of all,
Aries, is
it's
that
not
racist?
racist.
Is that a microaggression there? I think it is.
Oh my god, now you're sounding woke.
Anyway, let's move on because I don't want King having an aneurysm.
Yes, you do.
So we get Survivor's Guilt
Wolverine came
from.
out of the goddamn trunk. That was crazy.
I like that scene. That was really fucking
No,
funny.
we're jumping ahead still. We got to go
What
back
else
a little
happened
bit.
between the campfire and that?
The campfire, and then they're all prepping to go, and they leave, and then they all have that sick ass intro,
Yep.
and then
And
Yeah,
then
he gets
Wolverine
out of the trunk.
comes out of the trunk.
he gets out of the trunk. Yeah, because first we had Bazooka Blade.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
Air
yeah.
already brought up the line he said about Blade, but yeah, then then they arrive, and then Wolverine gets out of the trunk. How
Exactly.
did they not notice he was in there? That was a good quest. That's funny to me, but I think it made for a cool entrance.
Because he made it clear that he wasn't going, so they're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Why
this
would you
guy's a
check the
dick.
trunk?
He's not gonna go. There's no point in asking him again. He already said no.
No, you're right. It's more just like I think it's been established that he's kind of a heavy person because of his adamantium skeleton. And like, do you not check your car before you get into it? That's a little weird to me.
Now when
Yeah.
it's a Honda Odyssey.
Yeah, probably not
There you
honestly
go.
because it sucks ass, right?
Yeah.
And
that
then
one
we
was
have
wrecked anyway.
X-23. Doesn't
Honestly, I
X-23
feel-
also have adamantium?
I don't think she does.
She is the clone of Logan, right?
And they put claws in
Yeah,
her.
she just they.
So she
And
should
I
be
thought-
just as heavy. So that's why they didn't think of it.
Well, she's smaller. She's a younger woman. Let me Google that. That's a good question, actually.
Pretty sure she's just Wolverine, but smaller girl.
Yeah.
Drake's gonna love her.
Oh, dude.
Not anymore. She's she's
Oh
19.
yeah, you're right. She's over 18. My bad. Eric, don't disrespect King's favorite rapper.
Shut up, Spidey.
There's
Okay,
no way Drake's actually his favorite rapper.
I don't like rap music.
Okay, good. There we
Oh,
go.
don't worry. Drake is pop. You're fine.
Whatever. I'm looking at some photos. She does have adamantium claws. Apparently, she has adamantium in her feet too. That's interesting.
Yeah. They had that in the movie.
That wasn't Logan.
Right.
Well, yeah, but I don't remember Logan. I just remember seeing it in Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in
I
Logan.
forgot she had shit in her feet too.
I liked when she brought her glasses out
Mhm.
because it's like, look.
I'd also
there's a
completely
little-
forgotten about those. I was like, oh damn.
I was like, oh, that's cute because it's like the closest thing she has to her father who fucking died and Deadpool desecrated.
I want to see the worst X-23 who also has the actual comic accurate suit.
I don't know what that suit looks like.
I
It's
would
just
argue.
Wolverine's suit.
Yeah, she says I'm Wolverine, and then Wolverine's like, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. You are Wolverine. But would you guys want a new actor for X-23, or would you want her to stay as the actor?
I'm cool with her
Indifferent. I don't
sticking
know.
around because, she didn't get a whole lot of time, and she has done pretty good in the role so far.
Either works. I imagine oh wait, no, never mind. I was like, yo, Young Avengers, because they need more characters for that. But I'm like, oh wait, no, she's not.
I think she's a little too old for that now.
And
Just
she's
technically,
with
she's
Disney
like
already.
23, right?
Yeah, I was about to say the other the actor's 19, but then Kate Bishop's like 23, I think, or 24 now.
What do you
Kate
call it?
Bishop-
And
Character or the actress Haley Steinfeld?
So actress
The-
is like 23, 24. Character is 22, 21.
Haley Steinfeld is way older than that, I thought.
I don't know how old she is.
I thought she was 26 or 27.
Actually, she might be. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a couple years ago. Yeah, you're right. She's 27 now, but character was like 21, 22, I think.
Yeah.
Because when Kamala tried to like recruit her, she was like, "I'm not a kid though." She's like, "I'm literally older than you."
Kamala's such a vibe, bro. And the actress who plays her, she's such a comic nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure when she's seeing the fucking timeline, she's like, Kevin, what are you fucking doing, bro? Get this shit together. We gotta do this. One thing I was gonna say, and the actress who plays X-23 is also basically Disney now because she was in The Acolyte, apparently.
Yeah, I forgot about that and didn't realize that was her. I was like, what the fuck?
And Disney loves reusing their actors.
Yeah, like they were using the
Can't blame
Mandalorian
him.
actor for some no name.
Oh yeah, you're right. Doom's such a no name. I don't get it. Why would they do that?
No, it's not. It's not Doom. It's Reed
Which is
Richards.
fantastic. Yeah.
No, dude, I was joking about RDJ being Doom and Iron Man.
Who's RDJ?
Yeah, he said Mandalorian.
Yeah, I did say
I know
Mandalorian.
he did. All right, I know he did, but I was saying Iron Man because I was forget it.
Oh yeah, because they're basically the same character.
True. See, they both wear metal.
Exactly.
Shit. They both have the adoptive sons who are
They both have beam
very strong.
swords.
Steel beams, bro. Steel beams. What
Big
do you
beans.
call it? What did you guys think of the
Mhm.
fight sequence with the Fox Avengers
Mhm.
and the X-Men
I thought it was
villains?
solid. Like we've been saying, like this is
Yeah.
probably the best Deadpool action in terms of any of the movies we've seen so far. And
Mhm.
like earlier in the movie, Deadpool was making a joke about Gambit's playing card magic, but obviously we've seen like enough of the comics or the shows to know like that's not actually a joke. Like he's legit quite powerful. And when
Mhm.
we watch him in the movie, like he's actually doing a good amount of work. And Blade's obviously
Yep.
doing his work.
I thought he was gonna be the first one to die after the shit he was saying right before the fight started.
That would have been
Wait,
pretty
who?
hilarious. But Blade,
Gambit.
Wait,
No, I
oh,
meant Gambit just because he was spouting shit and just no one knew what he was saying. So I'm like, yo, he's gonna be the first one to die.
he's
I,
like,
I
dude,
didn't think so. I thought
Cassandra.
Blade could have been the first one to die because of his earlier line about there's only going to be one Blade, and now there's 0 Blades if he
Hmm.
dies.
I just assumed all of them were gonna die, but I thought like Gambit would die first.
We'll
Oh,
definitely
one thing.
talk about that.
Yes, one thing we didn't mention. So the reason they're going back to the compound is because they gotta get steal Juggernaut's helmet because
Yep.
Magneto's helmet was destroyed by Cassandra Nova,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, they start fighting. Shit, I wish there was like a still shot of all the fighting because it wasn't shaky, but it was moving. They were like moving the camera as the fights were going on. I wish it was just the camera was in place and just the fighting was happening.
Hmm.
That way we could like better enjoy the fights because, like you guys said, the fighting choreography was
I
fucking
feel like it's one of
fantastic.
those where they want you to watch it multiple times to appreciate it.
Oh,
I
dude,
think
it's
Aaron's
already
right.
happening. No, I'm sure you know. I'm sure he is, but I hope there's like a fucking bonus scene or bonus feature where it's like, here's a still shot, a single frame shot of the fucking fight. That'd be great.
I feel like it did like stop on that, like it wasn't like jump cutty like a lot of fight scenes that people dislike. Like it spent a
Oh
good
no no
amount of
no
time
no!
focusing on each person.
No, it was a great fight, and the scene was
Mhm.
beautifully shot. But I just wish it was a single shot. It felt like a single shot in the sense that you were seeing everything happen. But I just
Mhm.
wish it was the camera was just in one spot, and you
Mhm.
just see the fight happening. And if
Mhm.
they go out of the screen, they go out of the screen. But like, you
Mhm.
get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
What
But
did
yeah,
you guys
I feel
think
like they
about
just did that in
Laura
the later
taking
fights though.
on? What did you think about Laura taking on Juggernaut? Specifically, the part where she cuts his feet off.
Yeah, that was
uh,
insane.
she's her father's son.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
said what I
curious to
said.
me though how no one's ever thought of that. Like, is that the first time that's ever happened to
Hmm.
Juggernaut in any medium? Because I feel like that would be a good way to kind of like just stop him then and there. I mean, maybe in
Yeah.
other incarnations his feet are like armored and people can't, but I don't know. It
Mhm.
looked a little bit easy here.
Yeah.
Well, the X-Men don't kill, bro, so they wouldn't try that.
But she didn't kill him.
Yeah.
She basically did. She took off his legs and then decapitated his bitch ass.
Yeah.
I mean, she did, but like I don't think that the X-Men would have needed to kill him. They could just like cut his legs off, tie him up, and take him to prison or whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Hang
the
him
X-Men
upside
don't
down.
dismember either.
Yeah.
Dude, the X-Men is
I,
in
I
the
don't.
US
I don't know
government.
if that's true.
They don't try to as a first option.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fair.
But as a second option, it's fair game.
Yeah, yeah. Then we obviously see Cassandra poking her fingers into everybody's head to like
Mhm.
read their minds. That was a little bit icky, but yeah,
Yeah.
I was cool with it.
And
And
then we
well, we already
see
talked about. Sorry, go on.
No, yeah, she pokes her hands into Logan's head, and we see his survivor's guilt that apparently wasn't explained well.
Correct. It wasn't.
I just wanted to chime in on that. Yeah, there you go.
And then fast forward, and they finally jump through another Doctor Strange portal.
Yeah, we did talk
Hey!
about that too. I feel like it would have been funnier if it were Ned, but oh well.
Yeah.
And then they get back home and uh
And then we get the Deadpool scene.
the probably
Well, I think going back. Sorry to interrupt. Going back to your Ned comment, I think the same thing would have been. It's the same reason that they didn't show the face of Peter
yeah.
Parker in the Stark's office. Sony would have probably needed to sign off, and Sony sometimes special.
Well, that's a good question, but and I think you're right. That's why they didn't show his face. But is it not okay to say the names? I actually don't know how that legal thing works.
Probably wouldn't be.
When he did the web shooters, he didn't do them exactly the same. So I'm pretty sure there is something to it, because that would have been fucking great.
Yeah.
But who knows? But that's probably a reason. Now back to the Cassandra Nova of it all.
She finds out Paradox was like conspiring against her, so she comes to that universe to like take over the machine and destroy the multiverse.
Yeah, Cassandra just kind of felt like a boring villain. I didn't really get her motivation there.
It definitely could have been better explained, and I feel like part of the way it could have been better explained was actually
the only thing.
Yeah, it's more like I feel like I get where they were going for. Like she just felt lonely, and because she never knew Charles, and like whatever. I feel like maybe even if I doubt that they could have managed, but if they could have gotten like James McAvoy or Patrick Stewart to like be in the movie, they could have like done a couple of backstory like flashbacks for her and maybe like fleshed her out a little bit more. But evidently they couldn't.
Didn't they say she tried to kill her brother, or is that just in the comic?
I think that might have been a comic book thing. I don't remember that being said in the movie, but again, it's been several days.
Air, do you remember?
I don't think she said that. No.
I think
she said
there
like,
are
in the womb she tried to kill him, like choke him with a cord, but that was like a joke, I think.
There are also like she said like there have been some Charles Xaviers who ended up in the void, and she killed those, and that's how she got like some wheelchairs. But like I think the one that she knew personally, no, and that's how Wolverine actually talked her down the first time by telling her like if the Charles Xavier that he knew had known her, he would have cared for her.
Yeah, because she got pruned way early in her life, like basically as a baby, like Sylvie.
Interesting.
But yeah, I thought, and like obviously, I think the best scene that comes up afterwards with the Deadpool core.
Ryan Reynolds' wife as Lady Pool.
Honestly, I felt like the funniest thing they could have done there was actually expect everyone to think it's like Blake Lively, and then she takes off her mask and it's actually Taylor Swift.
I did not even realize that like leak was going around. That was so funny. But yeah, like that fight scene, that's one that I need to see twice, because like just how many times, like seeing both of them just fucking shit up at the same time on screen in one continuous panning shot.
Whoa! You guys skipped forward, dude. You guys
good. There's nothing else worth talking about.
The mask. He puts on the mask.
Oh yeah.
What you mean? There's nothing else to talk about, ho?
He puts on the mask. Oh shit! And then you're like,
people lost their goddamn mind in the theater.
No. He put on the mask at the end of the movie. That was way after. He put on the mask.
When he fought the Deadpool Corps, he literally put on the mask.
Yeah, he did technically put it on before they went into the fight, but after the Nice Pool died. That was a pretty fucking line too. Talk about he died for love. It's like, no, you idiot. He died for murder. He died for murder.
One thing we didn't talk about was the fucking handsome Deadpool's line. Oh, I could break the fourth wall too. The proposal.
Honestly, that was great too. And I'm sorry I keep doing this, just thinking of ways that could have been even far. It would have been funnier if he had said like Green Lantern.
Yeah. Dude, I think Ryan Reynolds would have shot him.
Well, exactly. That would be the point. Then all the Deadpools shoot him. It's like, fuck you! How dare you bring that shit up?
That shit was funny. When he's at the proposal, that shit threw me the fuck off. I was like, dude,
I like that movie.
That was a good movie. It's not your kind of movie.
I know.
It probably isn't, but like it's still funny. Sandy B always brings it, you know.
Yeah, no, Eric doesn't like anything that's happy-go-lucky. So yeah, now he puts on the mask and then Deadpool's like, "Hold on to your socks, you comic book something something," to the audience, and then people lose their fucking mind. At
Oh
least
yeah,
in
your
my
special
theater they
sock.
did. Yeah,
Oh no, people were cheering in mine too.
Oh yeah.
Arrow's probably one of those like, "Oh, what is this? God, why is this here?" Um, and then they fight the Deadpools. There was a couple of them. I don't know. I didn't recognize some. Like, who was the one with the fucking flag as
The
a?
the Welsh flag, Welsh
Yeah,
pool. That was one of the guys who Ryan Reynolds owns. What's it called? The football
Wrexham.
team. Yeah, yeah,
Ah, okay. One of the Deadpools was also his daughter.
Yeah, his
yeah.
daughter
One
was
was
Kid
his
Pool.
son
I
and
think
And
his
baby
then
son
pool.
was like the baby Pool, right?
yeah, and then because Eric
Matthew
mentioned this,
McConaughey was Cowboy Deadpool.
was he really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw the name in the credits. Yeah.
Holy shit! And Eric mentioned this because he thought Tom Holland was in it, but Tom
Yeah,
Holland's brother is one of the Deadpools.
he
Yeah.
is. Yep. Which
Oh,
is
good
good. The
fucking
guy
fight.
finally got his cameo, official cameo. But yeah.
Hmm.
True, true, true. You want to talk about the fight, or you want to talk about something?
I mean, I thought the fight was just like really good. Like it was like one of those
Yeah.
classic like side-scrolling arcade games where it's like you got your guys on the left and you got to just like
Hmm.
beat the crap out of everybody on the right.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
Headpool
cool.
was voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Yep.
But yeah, that's one scene I got to see a second time one day. And then I was like going through. I was like, wait, so does anyone else also not have a healing factor? Do they all? And then the fight ends, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, they all have healing factors. I'm like, ah, okay. and
That
then
was
and then
nice, especially
Peter
after
shows
like you
up.
find out Nice Pool doesn't have one.
Yeah. And then Peter shows up, and you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, we needed a way for this fight to end, but still be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Funny, all of them love Peter. Apparently, someone else loves Peter, but we can talk about that in a minute too. I actually thought that was pretty funny.
Mm. And then we move right on to the finale.
Yep, with the Goo Goo Dolls and Madonna.
Dude, do you guys think they're gonna have a music video for that fight sequence with the fucking Madonna song and everything, or no?
Do you mean like it's going to be uploaded to YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Like officially.
Eh,
Mm,
maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Like, they'd have to just like remix the old one, right? Because Madonna isn't singing anymore, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on.
But yeah, so end of the movie. So we got the final antimatter matter thing going right into Cassandra Nova, and then the only way to stop it is to go and cross the streams in the basement, and it might kill one of you. And obviously Logan tried to self-sacrifice, but Deadpool tried to stop him, and then it wasn't enough, and they both did it together.
Okay, so Spidey is currently AFK.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like we pretty much wrapped up the movie. We've talked about everything, and now like evidently they go out at the like real quickly at the end. You know, they're all chilling at the house. Laura has joined
Hmm.
them. Uh, they get some shawarma. Apparently, you know, the Avengers invented shawarma. That was pretty
They
nice.
did.
Yeah.
No one knew what it
Although
was before
apparently,
then.
it's a good question. I did read that like a lot of like places like start the shawarma places like started seeing like massive like sales increases after they just dropped it a couple of times in the Avengers, which is like fair enough. I've been eating a fair number because there's plenty of like Middle Eastern places
Hmm.
around here, solid food. So yeah. Uh, yeah, and like secret ending, we would find out Johnny Storm actually was talking a lot of shit about Cassandra Nova.
Hmm.
You
Evidently,
could
there's
tell,
like a
right?
TV that shows that Gambit goes back to his universe or whatever. So who knows?
Yes,
Maybe we'll
sir.
actually see him again.
Well, we don't know if he went back to his universe, but we do know that he was
Like he survived.
alive. Yeah. Did you guys talk about the scene after the? Sorry, I had a phone call. With Peter, the goat.
Peter and the lady from the TVA.
Oh yeah.
No, no, just Peter. As in the reason that Deadpool stopped fighting was because of
Yes,
Peter.
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy's a fucking goat. See, Air, that's the goat. I don't know. I don't know who you said was the goat before, but that's the goat.
He said it was Scott Lang.
Yeah.
Skyline, he's got nothing on Peter. Just saying. Um, Yeah. So
I don't know. Could Peter go up Thanos' ass? I don't think so.
could Peter stop an army of Deadpools? Could Scott stop an army of Deadpools?
Honestly,
Does
probably.
Scott need to? Yeah.
Scott wouldn't be able to. What do you fucking mean?
I don't know,
He
man. I
goes
feel
up
like he could just like go grab giant size, grab them, and chuck them all in the ocean.
Yeah.
and they would still fucking regenerate and survive. Because these
Yeah, but like
Deadpools
he'd
don't know how
still
to
get rid
fucking
of them.
swim.
They're not gonna kill him.
Yeah, they just need him out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Y'all sounding like Peter haters.
No, Peter's awesome. I was talking to Arab when you were on your call. I actually really like that scene where he meets that lady from the TVA, and then there's like, "Oh, who are
Mhm.
you?" And she's like, "I'm Peter." And then
That was so funny and random.
it was very random, but I kind of liked it. I kind of actually do hope that we see them together. And so I'm wondering, hey, maybe Peter joins the TVA.
You know what? If they bring back Loki season 3, we
Loki
need
is
Peter.
not getting a season 3. They already said that.
Look, I said if, man. I said if.
Dude.
We need Peter.
Yeah, or
Peter.
even in like a different movie.
Mhm.
True.
I feel like the TVA probably ain't gonna be coming back too much after this.
I feel like they'll probably like be wiped out or something in Doomsday,
Yeah.
and that's like
Mm-hmm.
Theory. We can speculate, but I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. But
Yeah.
But how would
yeah,
Doom's I don't fucking TVA confuses me even more. Whatever.
yeah,
Fuck
it's
it.
Yeah.
a bit of a weird concept. But yeah, what would you guys like rate the movie overall? You can give it a number or a letter rating.
Nine.
Before 9?
Yeah.
Fair. Um. Oh, before you give your rating, I was gonna ask: do you think the other heroes also survived? Because we see X-23 in Deadpool's universe. Do we
Yes.
think that the other heroes are also in Deadpool's universe, or are they in a different universe, or are they dead?
I think
The
they
ones that
survived
helped
because
them, as in
he
Blade.
specifically said to TVA lady that, oh, we have some friends who helped us. Can you look into them for us? And their universes are still alive, so they probably just went back.
True, and so, but why would X-20? Oh, and what it is her fucking time. Fuck the
Yeah,
X-Men
I was about to
timeline.
say it is her timeline because fuck the
Yeah.
Fox universe.
Fuck the Bucks, yeah. Okay, that was my only question.
Yeah, yeah. Originally, I was like, wait, she's from another timeline. No, and then I realized through this conversation that no, that's her timeline. It makes sense why she's there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
fuck
probably just
that.
got pruned like way later on, and that's how she got like
Mhm.
re-aged or whatever.
Yeah.
But Ari, you
Okay,
said 9 out of 10.
Yep.
Cool, Spidey.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Mm.
Fair.
And you, King?
A minus.
A minus. Okay. So we all agree it's an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
At the least an A. Fuck this fucking movie, man. See,
Yeah.
Marvel has it hard now because their next movie better not shit the fucking bed.
Dude, Captain America: New World Order looks hype as fuck.
A lot of the trailers do though, like before the movie comes out, and then the movie comes out, and the movie's ass.
I don't know, man. The last few movies of Marvel has been solid, but people call them trash.
I liked the last movies I liked were like No Way Home and
Guardians of the Galaxy
Guardians
3.
3. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
you're
Wakanda Forever was okay.
I thought it was better than the first one, but like I'm not big fans of either of them to begin with. So yeah.
Well, you thought Wakanda Forever was better than the first Black Panther?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I would probably even agree with you there. But like, I
I,
don't think it was like as good as like it
Mhm.
could have been.
Mm.
But like, yeah, I think it's fine. Like, I just do feel like they've been just generally not as good as they could have been. And I did feel like we were talking about this earlier, like the having a more spread out release schedule and getting more time to work on the movies would actually be like a really
I don't.
good thing
I
thing,
don't think that
thing they
makes a
should do.
difference because they have
I think
different
it makes a
people
lot of
working the
difference.
movies to begin with.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like you still have like the same like teams behind them. Like it might be different people at like director and writer level, but like the
Mhm.
special effects team, probably all the set design work, a lot of those are going to be the same people.
I don't think that would really change like the outcome. Like I know
It'll
people
change.
like to complain about Marvel's green screen a lot, but that's not why people don't like these movies. It's the writing, and they always have
Well,
like
I
different
think
writers working on it.
well, I think it's both though. Like you can forgive like bad special effects when you have good writing, but if you have poor both, like they both become a lot more noticeable.
Yeah,
I
but
thought the special effects
when
here
was
were
the bad
awesome.
special effects? Yeah,
In this
I
movie,
don't
there
think there
weren't
were.
any, but like you need more time. Like there were bad special effects, and I think in Wakanda Forever or Ant-Man
There was.
3, in my opinion, yeah, a lot of the green screening in
For
Ant-Man
Ant-Man
3 was
3,
not
I
too
guess
good.
I can agree if you think like MODOK, but I don't think the rest of it was really that bad.
I thought
I
like it
feel
was
like
just
it was
Yeah,
mostly like a lot of the
on par.
backgrounds. Like it's just a weird floating
fucking
net.
Modoc. Fucking
That
Modoc.
was a bit. I don't think that was bad.
Don't get started there.
Fucking Modoc.
That was a good bit. I'm glad they committed.
Um, but yeah,
The
like
only thing,
I think that I just want to see like a little bit more like going into the behind the scenes, and then honestly we'll be fine. Like I don't think we really need 4 movies in a given year.
Have we ever had 4? I thought it was usually 3.
We had 4 in 2021, and it's going to be 4
Mm,
next year as well.
wait, what?
Yeah, so I sent the tweet earlier in the chat. So
Mhm,
2025, the first one is Captain America: Brave New World.
mhm.
Second is Thunderbolts. Third is Fantastic Four, and the fourth is Blade.
Oh, I thought Blade got delayed to 2026.
dude,
I'm reading conflicting things.
Blade isn't real. Stop it.
Blade isn't real. Yeah, we only got 3 movies coming out next year. I know what you're on about.
Blade isn't real. We only had one Blade, and his name is Wesley Snipes. Stop it.
Look, no disrespect to Wesley Snipes. The man has officially been confirmed as the new Godfather of the MCU, so all good on that front. But at the same time, I do think that Marvel does not want to get too far ahead of themselves. They did a good job with Wolverine, with Deadpool and Wolverine. Like just take a chill pill. I am looking forward to Brave New World, and I'm looking forward to the Fantastic Four in particular.
My
Mhm.
question is, do we know the timeline for the Fantastic Four? Because some of the concept art of New York
It's in
is
the 60s.
very futuristic. No, but it's very futuristic.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's like Jetsons 60s, you know?
yeah. It's
So it's
also
a
like
different
alternate.
universe.
Yeah,
It's that.
it was always gonna be a different universe, yeah.
Are we sure it was always going to be a different universe?
I'm pretty
Are we?
confident
Everything has
that's
been
been
reading
the
about it.
idea for a long time.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And whatever happened since we're like talking more Comic Con stuff now,
Mhm.
sort of. Whatever happened to that Spidey show?
It's still coming out.
I don't know.
Are you
They
sure,
they
Air, or
released
is
more
it
info
like
about it
Blade?
recently, I think.
Are we sure, or is it like Blade, where yeah, it's coming out, but it's not coming
Honestly, who knows?
Uh, let me see. I'm pretty sure it has like a date though, or like a time frame. Let's
Speaking
see.
of
out?
time frames, while Air's looking that up, but the last thing I want to talk about on Deadpool and Wolverine, and then we can like get into like future Marvel stuff. How did you guys like the end credits?
I
With
feel like
the
the end credits gaslit a lot of people into saying this was a tribute to Fox. This movie as a whole was a tribute to Fox. I really don't think it was. I think only that end credit sequence was.
I do agree with you. I
I
don't think anybody thought the movie was, but like to me, it's like we were like I said at the beginning, we were thinking this movie's gonna be like shitting on like Fox and all that stuff, but it's like no, this movie is about Deadpool and Wolverine, and
Yeah,
at the
honestly,
end of the
going
day, we
back to
pay
that, I
some
also
tribute.
didn't think it was gonna be. Mhm.
We're just paying tribute to all these movies that
Yeah.
despite varying degrees of quality, they were fundamentally important to establish the foundation of superhero movies that we
Oh yeah.
enjoy today.
Mhm. Like looking
uh
back at that made me realize that like yeah, there was just an era of superhero movies before Marvel and not that didn't even include Spider-Man or like Superman and
They did
they
include
weren't as
Spider-Man. They
popular,
just
but they were there.
no,
Well,
Spider-Man was
yeah.
there, but like yeah,
No, no, what I
like he
mean
wasn't
is
part of this like universe.
everyone remembers Spider-Man, but no one remembers Blade, is what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true.
for me,
Um,
I don't
mhm.
think it was what did you call it?
The
What?
tribute.
I don't
Yeah.
think it was a tribute, but more like a love letter to the nostalgia of the Fox universe because uh
Even then,
I
I
mean, I
don't
think it's the
agree.
same concept.
Mhm.
oh I don't know, well, sure, but so
I
then I
feel
do
like
think it
this
was
was purely a Deadpool and Wolverine movie at its core, not
I
trying to
I
say goodbye to anything.
I would agree, but the moment they hit the void, it was all Fox characters. We see the
Mhm.
20th century logo bullshit. as soon as Deadpool gets stabbed up by Wolverine.
I'm saying if it was gonna be a love letter, they would have brought back the goddamn X-Men, like all of them or some of them, even if it was only for like a scene.
But sure, but Marvel's
I
in
don't think you
charge
need that to have a love letter, though. You just have
But
to like show some
All right,
respect.
yeah. If you need that for a tribute, not a love letter, yeah.
Plus Marvel's in charge of it now, so I don't know if Marvel would be like, yeah, sure, let people just think of you fucking your characters as the X-Men. We know Kevin Feige's very like picky with what he shares and or lets happen. So the fact that he let Logan,
even then, that would have been too much for this movie. I don't think you needed all that.
Yeah, I think it was a subtle little love letter kind of to the old X-Men movies because Kevin Feige was an associate producer in them.
Yes.
Right, and then who was it? I don't know, the Superman director.
Bryan
His
Singer?
wife was no Superman, the original.
Oh, Donner. Yeah.
Yeah, his
Lauren
wife.
Donner, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she was also credited in this movie when she was also credited in the original X-Men movies. So there is a little homage, a little love letter sort of to those Fox movies. Now it's not full blown like everybody's making it out to be. Like, oh yeah, the intention was always to be a love letter. I don't know if the intention was always, but you could tell that they really cared about the Fox universe, the way they represented the characters, right?
Yeah, it's a shout out, really, in one way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we could call it a shout out. But you could tell that.
I mean, I feel like it's also fair to call it a love letter. I feel like you don't have to be super extensive, but if you use that particular song, it's probably kind of love in your head.
And
it just like Eric said, it just it took. Well, I'm old enough for this. It took me back to when I would go to the movies with my mom at this fucking raggedy ass theater, waiting in line to get into the movie to watch the new X-Men movies, to watch the fucking Blade movie, to watch the Spider-Man movie, to watch
Daredevil, Elektra, like.
Oh yeah, because I totally watched those.
Funny enough, I actually did. Well, Eric, you were still sperm, so of course you didn't.
Yeah, but my dad could have while I was there.
Yeah, but you're sperm, so it don't matter. You're not gonna remember that shit. What are you, Cassandra Nova?
Maybe.
Not with that attitude.
Not.
So, I don't know. I thought it was fun. I did say I'd give it a 10. I don't know if I will give it a 10. I just didn't like the villain. I thought her motivation. We didn't really talk.
I don't think we needed to care about the villain for this movie to be good.
No, I agree, but I feel like a motherfucker over here complaining about Logan had a weak reason to be fucking PTSD. He's not bitching about Cassandra Nova's motivation.
No, I definitely said that she was not as good a villain as like the previous movie's villain, and generally character motivation that includes multiple. And
yeah,
I really called out Cable
more
from
about
Deadpool
Logan.
Sorry,
you
what?
called out Logan more than you did Cassandra Nova during this whole conversation.
Logan, we care more about Logan.
We do, yeah. That's also the thing. But I definitely said something about like if like Charles had been like this and that, then it would have been like a bit more of a better development for her character. Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that she's not as good a villain as previous films have. I definitely had more of an issue with the Logan part, but he's a bigger part of the movie.
Yeah.
See, they should have just stuck to one, either Paradox, who's a cunt, or Cassandra Nova, who's bald.
I would have liked a twist villain who wasn't in the trailers.
It would have been funny if it was Kang, but then the guy. But then we find out that they had to switch that because the actor went full stupid. They're like, no, pivot. It's this guy called Paradox who nobody knows about, but fuck it, it's Paradox.
Actually, Paradox, Mobius, and OB were all the same character in the comics, just going by different names.
Yeah, I read like way back a while ago, maybe a year or two, that like Owen Wilson's Mobius was supposed to actually be in the movie. Evidently, that ended up happening. So like, yeah, but I don't know. Like maybe it was going to happen, and then scheduling or whatever, and so they changed and put Matthew McFadden in.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I can't wait till Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah, Red Hulk, bro.
So hype.
So what's the difference between the Hulks?
The person.
No shit, Sherlock.
Red Hulk is angry.
Like, what about Gray?
I mean, they're all angry, but
Gray Hulk's smart.
So what about Smart Hulk?
Smart Hulk is basically just Gray Hulk, but they were racist against gray people.
Makes sense. So final
Oh, and then
conversation
there's
with
the other Grey Hulk who's a gangster.
what about so the final conversation is Doctor Doom returning, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know about returning, but he has been officially cast.
Well, he's
Yep.
returning because he was in the Fox Fantastic Four movies, so he's returning just as Robert Downey Jr.
I don't consider that to be the same thing, but yes, he is now Robert Downey Jr. I know a lot of people were like, not happy about this,
Nah,
Spidey
those people are
included.
stupid and hate fun.
Yes, and like there's like certainly questions like, well, now because like one thing I read that some people said like, oh, this is gonna be interesting for like Peter Parker to like see evil guy who looks
Mhm.
exactly like his father figure, but then other people are like, well, the whole point of Doctor Doom is not his relationship with Spider-Man, it's his relationship with Reed Richards,
Mr.
and I
Fantastic.
feel like that's a fair point, but at the same time, like
Mhm.
him being like the Tony Stark variant or whatever, and resembling that father figure for Spider-Man, that doesn't preclude him from having an important, in-depth relationship with Reed Richards.
Mhm.
Like,
I saw a meme that
we
was like,
don't know anything about this yet. We just know the casting. Like, let's give it a chance.
Marvel specifically said that it's Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, I saw a meme that was like, I can't wait for Tom Holland to be cast as. I forget who they fucking said, but I'm just gonna say Tom Holland as Green Goblin saying to Doctor Doom, I feel good, Doctor Doom, as like the opposite of saying I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
I got the reference. It's honestly that'd be pretty amusing, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There was another one that said Tom Holland's Spider-Man to Doctor Doom. I hate you 3000.
Yeah, I hate you. That's pretty funny. Although to be fair, I think it would have just been Doctor Doom who said that, not Tom Holland, because he never says anything about 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like just to anybody who's listening who was like skeptical, like people like, come on, just give it a chance.
Mhm.
Like,
Good movie.
I don't know. Like we know the actor's good. Would
The
this like
Russos being back is also insane.
yeah, that's interesting too. And like I'll say this, like would I have if I were in charge of this, would I have cast Robert Downey Jr.? Like no, I wouldn't have. But like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that there's been a lot of casting choices in a lot of fucking movies that I definitely wouldn't have made. Some of them
But
are
would I
ass,
have
and I'm
been
like,
able to
fuck
make
you.
Endgame or Infinity War? Also no.
Yeah, there you go.
All the people need to remember is that the Russo brothers have a perfect record when it comes to Marvel. Captain
When it
America
comes to
2,
Marvel, yeah, I was about to say there's a big
no.
caveat there.
I specifically said, well, motherfucker, what are they going to direct next? A Marvel movie. I don't give a fucking fuck your record outside of Marvel.
Yeah.
Captain America 2. Well,
Three.
Winter Soldier was
Oh,
one.
two. Yeah.
Did they do Winter
Yeah.
Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh, I
did.
didn't know that.
That's what their start was. Yep.
Okay, no, seriously, I actually just thought they were. I thought they started with Civil War, but yeah, fair enough.
Winter Soldier, Civil War,
Civil War. Yep.
Infinity War,
Yeah.
and Endgame.
Mhm.
They're like fucking Thanos at the end of Endgame. Look at where it brought you back to me. So
Yep.
it'll be. I also like how Marvel is just giving you. They're not giving us a fucking entire timeline of what movie's coming out when or what. They're just like, look, these are the movies. That's it. Don't worry about anything else. That's it.
They gave us this year. There's still a lot of gaps in 2026, and we don't know how many movies are coming out between the two Avengers movies. I did read some stuff, and this is going into like leaks territory, basically, or rumors that are like, oh, so anything that happens between Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to take place in the battle world, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, that's curious.
Wait,
Right now, as
yeah,
far as like the only movies they've announced that don't have like dates are Shang-Chi 2, Spider-Man 4, and Armor Wars. Now, obviously, people are joking
and
that Armor
X-Men.
Wars is basically. I don't. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know, but basically, I think we more or less said like Armor Wars is just like forgotten about. And I feel like though that Shang-Chi 2 and Spider-Man 4, I just feel like those are three movies that can't take place on Battle World.
Yeah. And then there's also like everyone's pretty confident there's gonna be a new Doctor Strange at some point, so no one knows when that's gonna happen.
I feel like there has to be though, just because like they left off on the whole incursion thing. They introduced
Oh
Clea.
yeah, true.
They have to have a sequel. I feel like that could be one that
Yeah.
happens between the two Avengers movies. Like maybe it starts
Secret
off one way and then like bleeds into like Battle World. I don't know.
So here's the thing, though. They don't have to have a sequel because Moon Knight, the show, ended on a cliffhanger, and they said that they might not get a sequel.
But I feel like they'll bring back the character.
I'm sure they will, but doesn't mean they'll get a sequel.
Yeah.
There was another show. Fucking forgot. What? Can you guys name the shows? We have Winter Soldier.
No, I didn't name shows.
That one did.
Oh, White Vision never happened, but I think they.
White Vision, yeah, exactly.
Well,
White
he just
Vision has-
disappeared.
Well, yeah, but like it's been years since he disappeared.
True,
Wanda
true. But
is
like at the
dead,
same
but
time, I
not-
feel like nobody really cared.
Wanda's dead,
Bro,
but not
that's, like,
dead.
huge.
Wanda's dead, but not dead. But she also had like a statue in Deadpool 3, Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That was curious to me. I don't know what the intention there
Mhm.
was.
What they could do is they could do a Midnight Suns movie because we already got some of them.
That's
Look
not
at the
happening.
It could. I feel like
Bro, this
Deadpool
movie was the
Wolverine is
closest we're
kind of
getting to that.
exactly, and maybe it'll happen. if they had success with a rated R movie with Deadpool, I'm pretty sure they might have success with rated R.
Hmm. Also, I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yesterday, just because my
Mhm.
parents hadn't seen it, and I was like, "Damn, yeah, Adam Warlock got set up, and it's like he could be cool, but I don't know if they're ever gonna continue any of that shit."
Yeah, because Guardians 2, it teased the birth of him, and it
Yeah.
takes them thousands of years to fucking be out, and then, oh no, he's right here. So they don't
Well,
have
yeah,
to.
they specifically said they got him out prematurely, and he's like part of the Guardians now, but they're probably not gonna focus on the new Guardians. And then they said
And then
Peter
we have-
Quill's gonna return, but who knows when he's gonna return?
We have Thor 4,
Yeah, Thor 5.
which, no, yeah, but Thor 4 had his daughter who's a god slash
Yeah,
out of lightning type
Cosmic
thing.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, we'll
know,
see
man.
something eventually.
It's still a lot better
Yeah.
than fucking DC, so who cares?
yeah, true.
Low bar, but yes, true.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Then we should wrap it up.
I think we shall wrap it up. So, anyone have anything else they want to add, or are we all good to go?
Go watch the
Can't
movie.
wait for next year's movies.
Agree with both of those sentiments. All right, listeners, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to be here. I know we rambled quite a bit and argued quite a bit more, but it's all for fun and it's all for you guys. So until then, we hope you all have a great day.
Bye.
See you next time.